Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope I'm not too quiet. My mic's a little clear. Let me just move that. My mic was a little far from me. But, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope you're all having a nice whatever it is, wherever you are. What's this music from? It was a track uploaded to Hakita's channel for the next Ultra Kill update. But, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a nice whatever it is, wherever you are. I was working on the stuff for the Iron Staff video. It's like 1 in the morning. Where I'm at, it's just shy of 11 o'clock at night, so... I don't know. My apologies that you live in an inferior time zone. But, I was working on the Wukong video, and I kind of got sidetracked on a mini side quest to deal more damage in one heavy slam than Canada has people. And I did it. It just completely derailed the fact that I was working on it. So I just decided, like, I'll write the script for it tomorrow, now that I have my notes and stuff taken down. But I think I've explained this before on a previous stream, but a goal of mine with the Exalted Weapon series that I'm going to work on making, like, 2.0 versions once the series is done, where, like, I'll release, like, 2.0 versions that have, like, feedback and stuff taken into account. I'm debating potentially making those 2.0 versions, like, earlier than expected, but then instead of releasing them to the public, releasing them for members, and then they'll all just go public when the series is done. Because with the most recent episode, like, that's the thing, too, in terms of, working on these videos, is I do a lot of research and mess with a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I also do think that, like, there is, to an extent, you know, I can't test everything or figure out everything myself, and so, like, that community sourcing is helpful when people are leaving comments that are actually helpful. So, Political Kid 369 stream again, I mean, you never know, but I generally try not to be. Also, I will consider Venari an Exalted in Korra's episode, which is going to make it very long. But yeah, so Iron Staff is next. With the rate at which I could make these, because, like, I had mentioned, I know we're not even showing Warframe, we'll get there. With the Hysteria video, it was actually supposed to be out last week, but my job scheduled me for, like, double my normal hours because of the fact that, a bunch of people were gone for holiday vacation and stuff. So I just didn't have that much time to work on it. But my hope is I can try and get on pace to do one a week. I want to get through all of the melees this month, and I want to start February with Razor Wing, because Razor Wing is going to be I think it'll probably be the longest episode of the entire series. Though I'm familiar with Orican Archive. I've actually spoken to... Oh, what's his name? The guy who runs it. It's like Grey Archon, I think is his name? I've spoken to him before. Today is my birthday? Well, happy birthday, Lost Mans. I'm happy to hear that. How old are you now? Shut the fuck up, Z41. Your stupid long-ass name makes the fucking cuck next to your name really off, like, it's really far away from the rest of your name because of how long it is. Did you handpick these memes? Yes, there are a bunch of screenshots from Reddit that I took. Let me move this here so I can do this. Let me get the audio pass-through thing set up. I also will say... I can shut this off. So today's live reaction was provided by Lunatic. This is the sequel to, the wonderful live reactant from a long time ago now. Thank you for the DND check. Show Sparkle Dog, thanks. Wow. I know who contracted you to say that. I know how this works. But, who is next in the Exalted Weapon videos? It's going to be Wukong's Iron Staff. The current plan for the rest of this month, for the Exalted Weapon videos, is, Wukong, and then Baruch, and then, Sevagoth. And then the goal is next month, the first one should be Razor Wing. Unairu's the worst out of the Tenno classes, and it's not even close. I'm going to have to hard disagree with you on that one. Unairu's got plenty of stuff in terms of, like, knockdown resistance and shield and armor removal that I think make it fairly good. Find more to find out what's inside. Yeah, deadass. But, so yeah, Iron Staff is next. I don't think it's going to be that long of an episode, because honestly, Iron Staff isn't that interesting of an ability. Its only real gimmick is its range, and it's insane. Like, okay, let me show you guys what I was talking about earlier. So, here's the thing with Iron Staff that I was messing with. Do I still have this build on? I do. So I was messing with a slam setup on Iron Staff, because I thought it would be funny. I actually I don't think I need Magnetic Rush, I just kind of left it on. So I was messing around with Wukong, because, like, for those who don't know, there used to be a strategy on Wukong where you could do a heavy slam, and then you could press, so you would press 2 to enter Cloudwalker, heavy slam out of it, and then press 2 again, and it was basically instant. And I want to make it clear, that strategy was AIDS, and you're a bad person if you did it, in public lobbies, that is. I don't give a shit if you did it with your friends or by yourself. But it was incredibly disruptive. Like, genuinely, if I was in a Relic run with someone doing that, I just didn't have any fun. So I never really messed with it, because I felt like I was morally opposed to Slam Wukong strategies. Here's the thing, though. Now that I've been messing with it, so like, that's still the case. If you enter like this and then you slam out of it, there's a brief period, like I'm mashing 2 right now. There's like a couple seconds where you can't re-enter it. But, oh, I already triggered one of them because I was reading the chat. So, here's the thing, though. Slam Wukong is still fucking insane in terms of damage. Like I mentioned earlier, I was trying, like, my goal was to try and deal more damage than there are people in Canada, which is 40 million. If I can find a Butcher, once I reach max combo... I just need a Butcher somewhere, because they're the ones with the lowest armor amount, which makes this the easiest to do. Why? Genuinely, where are all the Butchers at? What the fuck? Life support incoming. You know, I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I'm just gonna run out of energy. I mean, I can hit that guy for like 8 million there, but... didn't people review? Yes, actually, so post-Veilbreaker, I thought about doing a video on this sometime, actually. Also, heavy efficiency has heavy attack efficiency has a cap of 90%. But with the update, yeah, apparently. Oh, Stalker's here. But so I'm trying to catch up a little bit with the chat real quick. Also, you can enable for the Teshin question this toggle right here, creator mode. It turns him back to normal unless you're in the relay. Then he's still the hologram for some reason. But when's Warframe Geographic 2? So here's the thing, every time you ask, it gets delayed again. I'm sorry. What? Really? Now they want to show up. Could you fucking die, maybe? Thank you. Anyways. My efficiency on this setup is really bad, but that's besides the point, right? Just like the regular slam build, right, like this, where it's literally just a galvanized reflex and I just slam things, is already kind of fucking ridiculous. This, because, like, I was messing with this, because Valkyr can do this too, and she can do it fine. Like, Valkyr slam strats are okay, but Wukong's slam damage is, like, ridiculous. Yeah, 19 million. Shit's crazy. When Warframe Geographic? Are you just gonna start asking us to keep delaying it? Did I get the... Yes, triple elemental damage. Oh, now this will be really funny. I was actually hoping for that one earlier, but I never got it. I think I only have 30 seconds to accomplish this. What funny number can I hit with 30% more elemental damage?
life support capsule is now available.
56 million? Yeah, that's higher than the population of Canada. Warframe Geographic 3? Or why are you so squishy? This is almost entirely just for the slams. Like, nothing else mattered. I was just fucking around with this. Anyways, the moral of the story is, this strat is pretty fucking stupid, but it's pretty funny. So, like I said, Valkyr can do this too, but it's honestly not nearly as effective. I'm saying, I didn't earn any standing. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyways. Which god do I sacrifice him to? I mean, you've got plenty of options. I'll switch back to my regular setup. Don't take any of this to heart. We're fucking around over here on the Cool Kid 369 channel. But yeah, I think I have like a page worth of new content scripted for all 3 of the Exalted Weapon videos that have already come out. And on the first... Oh, here's the thing. The Exalted Weapon videos, like, I'm not making them because they perform well. Like, I think of the 3 of them, the introduction video, kind of unsurprisingly, set a new record for worst performing main, like, video, which didn't surprise me that much. But both Exalted Blade and Valkyr Talon's videos have done very poorly. And, I just kind of am... That's just whatever at this point. I've been wanting to make this series for a while, and I know that a lot of people that watch my channel, like, avidly have known about it for a while. Some dude, okay, if one of you fuckers in chat made this account, I want you to confess. Someone made an account called Exalted Weapon Video. It's existed since 2021, and he commented on the last video. Or I guess I don't know who they are. But I saw that when I was looking through the comments to gather stuff to put in the revisions for the Exalted Blade video, and I was like, what the actual fuck? There's an account from 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago now, named Exalted Weapon Video? Who the fuck made that? I respect the commitment to the bit. I'll say that much. I have some that were stolen from other people. Only a few of them are. Like, when it comes to my fashions that have been stolen from other people, I guess the main ones are Nezha. This one was stolen from Farius Demon, and I made some adjustments to it. And then Styanax is the same way. I stole this one from Purple Flurp and made some adjustments to it. And then Ivara, which I stole from Purple Flurp and made some adjustments to as well. Most of these are my own, but I've had times where I see one and it's just like, like generally if I see a skin, I can get an idea for what I want to do with it.
Operator,
but
you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
A very specific audience, to say the least. I mean, you know, there's a word for it that I think I shouldn't say on stream. Stole my... Yeah, I did take your Gara fashion at one point, but I use a different one now. Want to see what you have to say. Sevagoth, I think, will be interesting, because Sevagoth's shadow has the thing of, like, you can't put Helminth abilities on it, but I want to explore, like, what Helminth abilities can I put on Sevagoth himself that I can, you know, use, like, in conjunction with the shadow. The joke was that the word is autism. I'm surprised that no one got it. Anyways. Thank you for the 5. How would I say this? Miar692? One of the best Warframe creators ever. I'm glad you're around. Also, penis. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I don't think my videos are that good, but I'm glad you think otherwise. If you were an earthworm, how long would you be? That's a good hypothetical question. I'm not really sure, actually. Just like the... I can't say it on stream. I have to censor myself. Trust. Please answer the question sincerely. I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that. Like, what metric do you use to determine... Like, what metric do you use to determine your length? How does that work? As a worm, that is. Also, which one am I planning on doing next? Wukong. Wukong will be next. My hope is to have his video out next week. Favorite fashion frame I have? It honestly changes. I feel like my favorite of all time is probably still my Oberon, but coming out in 2035. Artemis Bow, I think, is the first or second gun, so it should be in February. Getting it from the content is tailored to me, so thanks. Sorry, I'm just fucking around in the mall. Before I defibrillate you out of the ground. At least you're giving me the 2 days. I do appreciate that. I need to... Well, I don't need to. I don't actually have any... Like, I finished everything I could get from, this, but I'll go ahead and just... We'll fuck around in some of these bounties while we hang out. Nitro said he would be back shortly, so... Which Varuna Wolf are you? I like to think, I don't know, Dynar's eye patch is kind of cool. I'm visually impaired myself. I wear glasses, so, you know, I relate to that. Favorite Hex member, non-fucky style? Honestly, probably Arthur. Even though he's, like, very broody, which is a little bit grating. I thought this was a Hell Scrub. I must have just misread. Also, let me know if the stream is having issues again. I don't see any dropped frames. My stream might look worse. I had to lower my bitrate pretty considerably as I'm trying to figure out why it was struggling so much. For a new frame, what archetype would it be? I've actually thought about that question a fair bit. Because, like, people have asked me, like, well, you know, also, the fog in Autumn is making my game look like I have upscaling on it. It annoys me. Everything is really blurry right now, I feel like. But, also, welcome, Silver DQ. So, oh, is that the joke of your name? Okay, that makes sense. But, sorry, I am incredibly distractible. Anyone who hasn't watched my streams before and is, like, here because of the video or something, I will warn you that on stream, I am infinitely less composed than when I'm able to write a script for something, and I am incredibly prone to getting distracted. But I've thought about a couple, like, Warframe concepts. Obviously, I don't work on the game, so they'll never happen. But I thought about, like, there are two that I would like to do, and one of them that was an Exalted Weapon character was, like, my idea, sort of conceptually, was that they were like a fighting game character, or kind of like Dante's Balrog from DMC5, where they actually had a sparring-type weapon, where you could switch between two stances for it, one that relied on the kicks and one that relies on punches. I think that would be really cool, but I don't really know if it would work well in a game like Warframe. The other one I had was more of like a generic soldier Warframe kind of idea, as one who'd be able to like he has kind of like Valkyr's, not Valkyr, what the fuck am I saying? Ivara's quiver, but he would have different grenade types, so like flashbang, one that like, you know, blinds, forces slash, leaves pools of fire, smoke grenade that makes you invisible, and I wanted his ultimate to be a trench wall, so it'd be like an exalted piece of cover that has a like a mounted machine gun on it. I think that would be neat, but I also don't think it would really fit the pace of Warframe's gameplay to put like Tachanka in the game. So it's just kind of things I've toyed with. Like, it's not something serious because it doesn't matter. That refuse to read the wiki on their own time. I appreciate that. I have been thinking. So with the Exalted Weapons video in my brain, because I have to organize things a very specific way, I'm trying to do melees, guns, and then just other stuff after it. So my thought process is after, and maybe you guys gave me some feedback on this idea, but my thought was after the Exalted Shadow video, instead of going straight into the other Exalteds and guns and Razorwing and all that stuff, I might do another long-form discussion video in the same vein as, like, is DR dead and stuff like that. I considered doing another one of those. I'll admit, like, I've had a bit of a contentious relationship with those types of videos, but is DR Dead's reception was not nearly as volatile as the others. Like, I've talked about this before, but the Overguard video, DE Doesn't Understand Overguard, had a pretty visceral reaction from some people, and as is pretty well known in my community, the new player video, Why Do New Players Quit, I just had to try to disable the comments because it had gotten so bad. And people still follow me onto other videos to talk shit about me for making that video and making that decision. But when it comes to the like discussion type videos that I'm thinking about doing, I remember a long time ago I saw a video that was talking about Warframe's endgame, and it just pissed me off because I thought it was stupid. And I've considered making a discussion video about what is endgame and exploring that discussion, because I feel like it's one that I think, especially over time, has evolved a lot, but people's mindset about it has not evolved. Who is your Hex 6 Warframe? Thank you for the 5 very rare. When did Pablo confirm that? Like, I don't necessarily doubt you, but if you know where he said that, I'd appreciate seeing it. I haven't watched the most recent dev short, so if it's on there, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, for me, it would be the rest of the original 8 and Frost, and then maybe a new Warframe. So like Ember, Loki, Rhino, Ash, Frost, and then maybe a 6th, the new Warframe, kind of like how Cyto 9 was new. Did an interview with Pablo today. Pirate Software, of all people? Huh. Why is it that everyone seems able to talk to Pablo except for me, bro? I had one question for him once, and he's never gotten back to me. Great interview, very insightful. I'll have to watch it at some point. I didn't even realize that Pirate Software played this game, but I guess that's not super surprising. Catch up a little bit. Yes, 10k hours apparently. I would say I'd have to. I guess I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm only passingly aware of Pirate Software. It's coming in the shorts. Yeah, it's the 31st, I think. I'll spam Pablo to talk to you. I don't think that'll work. But shit, there was a thing I was going to talk about that I totally forgot about. Right, the discussion video thing. I feel like after Is DR Dead, like, the reception was mature enough that I'm kind of wondering about trying to go back into that. But I think Is DR Dead was also not necessarily that controversial of a topic, whereas the endgame video probably would be. So I'm not entirely sure how I want to approach it. Also, this fashion is not supposed to be Hatsune Miku, no. But past few years and nothing. Also, what are your thoughts on Acid Cross's playthrough of Warframe? I've kind of talked about it. Would talk to Pablo about. Honestly, a lot of it would just be like questions about how certain things work or were implemented. But with Acid Cross's playthrough of Warframe, I've talked about this before on stream. I'm always a little worried about Destiny content creators entering the Warframe content creation space. Oh wait, this was a Skuldra exterminate? I only saw Skuldra in like the last 5 seconds of that mission. Anyhow, of some part of the community, I agree. Okay, I guess let me shelve the endgame discussion thing for a second. In regards to Aztecross, I think it's cool that he's playing the game. And I'm glad to see that he's enjoying it so much and that he's introducing his community to it, because Aztecross is a very big creator. Also, thank you for the 5 likes. Will there be any other silly builds like the Sobek one? Actually, yes. Thing that I've had in my list of ideas for a while is making Spectres overpowered. That's the video I'm probably going to do in the near future. But I play your builds. Yeah, like with... Okay, let me give you what I call the Destiny content creator theorem. Let me explain why I'm always a little nervous about this stuff. Aztecross has not done any of this yet, so it's not like I'm trying to accuse anyone of anything necessarily. But here's how my theorem goes and where my concern comes from. So there are kind of two things with Destiny content creators that make me a little bit nervous. The first one is, so how do I put this? So Destiny content creators make very specific kinds of content. Most Destiny content creators are a lot like most Warframe content creators. Also, is the game too loud? I feel like the sound effects in-game are probably drowning me out, but I'm not sure. Anyways, so they make mostly build and guide content. So builds and then guides on how to do certain content, which is similar to Warframe, right? Warframe is more builds than guides, I think, but they kind of are. I'm seeing mixed opinions. I might turn it down a tad. But So they make mostly build and guide content, right? That's the main thing. If you've been in Destiny's community, you probably know that to be the case. I'm going to turn this down by like 5. We'll see if that's any better. But, so, if they move to Warframe, they're going to bring their audience with them. And I think overall that's a good thing. That, like, Destiny players, as well as players of other games moving to Warframe, generally I think is a positive thing. So, here's where my concern comes from. If a Destiny content creator who makes build and guide content migrates to Warframe, their audience is going to expect them to make the same kind of content. My hesitation with that is that they don't know nearly as much about this game as they do about Destiny. Like, Destiny's a complicated game, and a lot of those people have been in that game for a while, right? Like, I think Aztecross has been around since D1, so obviously he would know a lot about the game, because he's been doing content on it for fucking ever. So if you jump to a game like Warframe that has, you know, coming on 12 years of stuff in it, and your audience is expecting you to make detailed guide or build content, it can be difficult for you to do that without making content that's just kind of not good. And even beyond that, Warframe does not need more content creators like that. Like, we have already people like AZ Invasions and Kiai and people like that that are really, really good at that kind of stuff. We don't need more people that make builds or, you know, things like that, in my opinion. I think that that space is saturated enough, and you're not going to get better than those people, honestly. And I think that there's like, are there still niches to carve out in the Warframe content creation space? Yeah, I think so. And I'm not opposed to Destiny content creators attempting to do that. My main concern is that if Destiny content creators migrate to Warframe, and then their audience wants them to make that kind of guide content, they'll produce that kind of content, and it won't be very good, and then they're kind of hurting their own audience with that lack of knowledge. But even beyond that, and the thing that concerns me the most, does this guy have the bug? Oh, god damn it, he does have the bug. For those who don't know, there's a bug where Scaldra Dedicant damage attenuation never stops scaling, and it is insanely fucking annoying. But my thing with that, and this is where a big concern of mine comes from for this, and once again, this is purely a theory. I want to make this clear. I'm not pointing fingers. Nobody has caused this effect yet. This is just a concern I'm expressing. I'm worried that if these types of creators start to make build videos that are bad or contain misinformation, their audience will go on to parrot it, because they're not going to expand their horizons into other Warframe content that much, because they're mostly, like, they like their one creator, right? Also, Nitro should be here. Let me unmute you for the stream. We're talking about Aztecross's playthrough of the game. So here's the thing I want to talk about, I guess, in that regard. Also, the accessories on the Nautilus are the one that came with Sevagoth Prime Access. I can't think of the name. But, so my concern with, like, Aztecross and stuff like that, like, once again, they have not done this. But we have had people in the Warframe community do that. Like, who was it that made the Ember guide that said that her passive had a cap because they had only ever tested it in the Simulacrum? And don't get me wrong, I've done some dumb shit like that too. But my concern is more the scale. Because a lot of the knowledge that these people have is just their chat. Like, as far as I'm aware, I don't watch Mactic, so take this with a grain of salt. But from what I've been told, Mactic's essentially, his chat tells him how to play the game and he just does it. And there's some pieces of misinformation or, like, issues in terms of the general community consensus on things in the Warframe community that can definitely color people's opinions on certain things. And I think that, like, my concern, ultimately, is that A, we would just start to get more, like, slop content that the Warframe community doesn't need, right? The people that are good at those types of things are already well established enough. I don't think you can beat them. And even beyond that, the potential to spread misinformation that would then cause issues for the rest of the community. Because something I've learned is, dude, the Warframe wiki is full of issues like that, too. The problem is, like, the wiki is actually a good resource that can be edited, right? Also, welcome, Stefan. Most creative thing build videos ever had in years. And honestly, I do agree with that, funnily enough. You don't need more GHS or upstairs. I don't think... Okay, Aztecross might end up falling into that category. Like, another thing that I guess another category I haven't talked about, but that I think is important to note, is news channels. Like, Aztecross has done that for a long time. If you're in the Destiny community, you've probably known about Aztecross's TWAB videos. We don't need more content like that. Especially because if it's from a Warframe player who's not as knowledgeable, they can't provide meaningful commentary, you know what I mean? Like, if, say, Aztecross decided he's going to do a video on the next dev stream, and he, like, by that time, say he's just finished 1999, he's just made it to the Steel Path, he couldn't really provide meaningful commentary on any of the changes or things being discussed, because he wouldn't know much about them. And I think that that's also just kind of like, how do I put it? I don't know what value they could provide to the Warframe content creation space and their own audience if they keep making the same kind of content. And I think that, like, if they're going to, you know, kind of branch out, I think that there's a lot of potential for them to make really good content for the Warframe community and for their own communities. But I don't think that's what's going to happen, and we're just going to kind of have to see.
That's the last of them.
I don't get the perceived crossover. Yeah. Press 5 after second dream. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like trying to play through this game with your chat telling you how to play it would be irritating. Unnecessary creator early on. Yeah, like, I wish... This is something I flinned with a creator once. I would, like, if a Destiny content creator decided they were going to switch to Warframe, I would love to help them. Because I think that, like, having that kind of curated experience of, like, a friend who's been a fan of the game for a long time doing stuff with you, I think that would be a much better way to experience it. Also, I don't know why this just dawned on me. Of course Pirate Soft did a fucking stream with Pablo. They're part of the same stream team. I'm an idiot. Pirate Soft, that makes perfect sense. Pablo was part of his stream team on Twitch. Anyways.
Someone just got chat banned for saying I love the Little Einstein's TV show. Like, what? I saw it for like a split second before the guy got banned. I was like, what the fuck was wrong with that? It's like fucking Siege now.
Also sponsored the stream. Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck is going on?
Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat a little bit as Veteran War. And I will say this as well. Like, this is probably going to sound like a weird take. My favorite people to play Warframe with are people that aren't that involved in the community, because you get opinions that aren't filtered through politics, let me put it that way. Like, Phoenix is a good friend of mine, but when Phoenix and I play Warframe, a lot of their talking points come from the wider community discourse, and that's not a problem necessarily, but it's like I've heard them already. And I feel like talking to, like, people that don't play this game that often, and then, like, getting their opinion on something is very refreshing, because I feel like I get it without the filtration of all of the, like, wider community discourse about a topic, right? Like, if I play this game with, I mean, she hasn't played it in ages, but, like, whenever Rose was playing Warframe, getting her opinion on something when she played through it was really interesting, because that was just her opinion. She wasn't involved on, you know, the subreddit or the forums or any of that bullshit. So you got it straight from, just, like, the source, I guess. Baker deleted his channel? That sucks. Only non-slop channels, I know. I think there are plenty of good Warframe content creators. Nev says he likes her content. I'm not super familiar with Nev. I know that he's helps Nova make his videos, but I haven't ever spoken with him. And also, yeah, that's fair in terms of the backseating in streams. I imagine it's incredibly... Vauban vector pads increase atomic cycle speed? Okay, I have to mess with that at some point. Please remind me when I'm done with this mission to switch to Vauban. Also, CLXC could probably do some disgusting shit in Face Off. I think it kind of depends. I'm guessing you're saying wanted to collab with Nev? Like I said, I've never spoken with him. I'm very reserved when it comes to that stuff. Good content, son, your mother is proud. I know who you are, you motherfucker. Thanks for stopping by, though. For the game I know you don't play. He's probably already gone. Anyways. The van mirrors, if ever. Is there a problem with them? Oh god! Oh no! I don't think that was the problem, but well, you don't have to acknowledge it anymore because the van is gone. They're on the wrong side? Oh, are they? I'm guessing for like one specific car, only on the van. That's interesting. Did they create the creator space nukes? I don't care one way. Also, I think that DE sponsoring people to try their game is fine. I think it's funny they never sponsor, like, Warframe creators, it feels like. They sponsored Stallard, which was really cool, but then again, like, a creator like me doesn't bring people into the game, right? More likely than not, I make Warframe videos, people who watch my shit already make it. Or already play the game, so I don't bring in people. The goal of the sponsorships is to bring in people. Also, yeah, Markiplier did play Warframe once, that's true. Sponsored Brozyme? Yeah, for some specific purposes. Like, I know they also sponsored, oh, who was I think Lifewater got a sponsorship?
The good thing about Markiplier is he now follows, like, Warframe content, but he doesn't play the game. At least not that I know of. Like, content on it, at least. But...
Angry Joe used to go to TennoCon, actually. I wonder if he still goes. Because I've seen pictures of Angry Joe at TennoCon before. Yeah. The Markiplier video. I will admit, Markiplier's channel is not the kind of channel that could do a series about Warframe.
Yeah, no.
Still plays now and then. The problem...
Well, yeah,
okay. I'm going to go on a minor rant about Charlie playing this game real quick. As far as I've heard, the reason he doesn't play often is because people gift him everything and then he has nothing to do. Turn gifts off? You can just turn them off in the settings.
I'm gonna be honest, I can never find the settings unless I fucking search for it, so...
Like, I wish just someone would just... Like, I don't know if he ever has, but I wish that Charlie would just turn them off if he hasn't already, because I think he would have much more fun with the game if he actually had to do things. With Frame and Operator, yeah, you can do that for a lot of stuff, actually. Like excavator batteries and whatnot. At the Game Awards. Yeah, as far as I've heard, I don't have an official source on this, but as far as I've heard, the reason that DE never shows up for, like, the Labor of Love and stuff awards at the Game Awards is because they actually opt out of them. And, the reason that the, Labor of Love award on Steam never goes to Warframe is because it won it the very first year it was available. Cross turn them off? That's a good call. I think that, because from what I've heard, people said that Aztecross's rule for himself is he can buy cosmetics and slots and stuff, but he's not allowed to buy power. He has to grind everything, and that's the way to do it. Yeah. I think that, like, having a friend help you and, you know, give you things here and there is fine, but when you have this massive community, Warframe is a wake-up call. Yeah, it's weird, too, because, like, Legendary Drops video on Warframe was a very interesting thing. Legendary Drops actually has reacted to a few weird and obscure stuff, which I think is kind of funny and also very cringeworthy to see my old vocal performance in those videos, but not that it's improved that much, honestly. But every time dialogue is skipped or an inbox isn't read, I guess I'll admit, Aztecross seems to me like he has ADHD the moment they see GIFs. Yeah, that makes sense.
That is I still think because, you know, Nick does the same exact thing and he has that too.
I feel like the like trying to play the game, I guess, like, I don't want to say legit, but I guess that's kind of the way to put it. I think is the right call. Even did a poll instead of grinding it. Yeah, no, I think you should grind it. Like, the Void Rig grind is not nearly as bad as it used to be, but even beyond that, I think that, like...
I'll absolutely buy the damn thing because old Void Rig grind, holy shit. I put off that thing for so long because of that.
Is there going to be a 1999 episode? Weird and Obscure is kind of on hold right now. Like, let me, I'm losing my train of thought here, because I'm just getting overwhelmed with people saying things to me. Let me contain myself, or gather myself. Weird and Obscure stuff. Currently, it's on hiatus because I was getting tired of doing the series. It wasn't fun anymore for me, and I felt like my audience was getting bored of it. Is the series gone forever? No. Is there an episode currently in production or even planned? No. I have enough content, I could probably make like another 5 episodes with the amount of stuff that's been submitted in the time since the last one. But I just don't really have the desire to make it right now because the videos got boring.
Give me, I stopped playing after I got scammed by buying things for 100. Oh, God.
My Arca yeah, well, this guy has the attenuation bug again. Do you guys see this shit? Like, if you hit him too many times in too short of a succession, he just starts to take massively less damage. There are 4 of them in here? I like Weird Obscure. Yeah, Weird Obscure I think is a good series, and it was a lot of fun to make, especially early on. But after the amount of them that I made, it just started to feel like it was too much. And, like, Volume 13 of Weird and Obscure stuff for the longest time was my worst performing video. And I think that, like, it made it clear to me that, like, my audience was also feeling the fatigue. So I wanted to move on to other things. I had to go, fuck you. Yeah, after you pick up the cash, their spawn rate goes up. Also, they are super tanky, but they occasionally bug out, and their damage attenuation never stops scaling. From the fat asses, I have gotten Spectral Serration from them, yeah. Don't forget Vector. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I want to mess with that. As a 5-time speed mode? Yeah, I did see that they added that. Can be done in a single hit. Maybe? It's admittedly kind of a contentious topic about whether or not we should introduce a damage cap or change the damage curve on enemies. Origin geographic. But, okay, I'm losing track of my discussion topics. So yeah, Weird and Obscure, that's currently shelved for now. We'll get around to it eventually. Also, I want to reiterate again with the Aztecross thing. I have no problem with Destiny streamers joining the Warframe community, and I'm excited to see them bring those people over. At the same time, I still have my concerns. And I want to make that clear that, like, they're purely just speculative concerns. Does Volt Speed work with the Atomic Cycle? I'm not... that's honestly a good question. Is necessary and good for the game. I think that the problem with attenuation isn't that it exists, it's that it has a propensity to being overused. Oh, hell yeah. Damn, the vector pads actually make you go hella fast.
Nice.
My dog's just fucking shit up over there. Hi, Letty. Oh, I just hit the fucking thing, so that hardly mattered. Hell yeah. But I think the problem is, honestly, with attenuation is when it's spammed. Like, when it's, like, in a relatively conservative amount, I think it's fine. When it's spammed, it is really obnoxious. My fire rate, because of buffs in this area and my fucking bond mod, is just ridiculous. Like Overguard and so on. I think that, like, the issue isn't necessarily, to me at least, not that those mechanics exist, it's the way their implementation is handled. Where? Oh, it's just over here. Like, I think like, for example, right? I have considered, maybe I'll do this, maybe I won't. It depends on how things go in the near future. So, you all have probably noticed this. There is currently an issue in the game right now that Eximus spawn rates are insanely high. And as far as we're aware, I'm not sure if it's a bug in terms of it being in the rest of the game, but based on patch notes, it seems like it's intentional that they spawn that much, at least in Holvania. Whether or not it's for the, like, affects the wider game on purpose, I'm not entirely sure. But even regardless, if they don't change that, the removal of the Eximus, like, squad-based cap is fucking ridiculous. Like, awful change. That it's intended but open to tweaking. If it's intended, awful change, and it needs to be reverted. Because, like, a big criticism of mine in that video, or a big balancing measure, I guess, that I mentioned in that video, is that squad size affected it. So you would have only 2 Eximus units alive at a time in most content. What the fuck? Why did that bounce like that? Anyways. So it was not nearly as obnoxious. The amount of Eximus you have to fight now is, like, legitimately ridiculous. It's to the point that it annoys me.
They really wanted to make sure that you really want to use the magnetic mod.
So, like, I feel like that... how do I put this? The new player video, a lot of the criticisms from that were addressed or are in the process of being addressed. The current Eximus spawn rate is actually stupid as fuck. And I think, like, because my issue with it is that I mentioned this in the video, so I'm kind of rehashing old talking points when I say this, but the Eximus units are supposed to be balanced in part by their rarity, so that you can still crowd control non-Eximus enemies. And the fact that they dropped a rework for Nyx, who's a very crowd-controlled heavy frame, and then turned around and upped the Eximus spawn rate by this massive of a factor feels really stupid to me.
May soul guide you to greatness.
Because I feel like Eximus units I don't have a problem with. Like, the Jade Light Eximus I actually think was a fine addition to the game when you're not swarmed by, like, 4 of them. But my current concern with, like, with how it's going right now is the amount of Eximus is just super fucking obnoxious. Like, it's starting to feel like the developers themselves are begging you to use Prime sure-footed because so many Eximus units fucking knock you down. Good thing for next... My thing is, in specific, the crowd control element of her is diminished by them. It does give her more overguard, this is true. But I've seen, like, so remember, prior to 1999, the cap if you were solo was 2 Eximus units. In some mission types, it could be higher. I have seen as high as 6 alive at the same time now. It is ridiculously obnoxious.
I mean, they will be when you're all done. Keep it up.
Also, I believe Chaos will apply radiation to them, and enemies will start shooting at them. I believe that's the case. Or yeah, if an enemy is CC immune or has overguard, I believe radiation makes them take more friendly fire damage, but they don't actively start shooting at other enemies unless they're being attacked. I guess the AI manipulation would indirectly affect the Eximus, though. I guess the point I'm trying to make in regards to this is that I find it very strange that after all of the community discourse around crowd control and overguard from myself, Sabuchi, Trib, people like that a change like this would happen. Also, thank you for the 50 rounds, I think it is. I always forget. Ellie, thanks for stopping by. But I feel like it's just obnoxious. Like, you genuinely spend so much time on your ass when you're in an environment where you have a bunch of things attacking you that can knock you over. Actually, I've heard there is a bug that apparently every enemy in certain Zeraman missions can become an Eximus at the moment.
So, rip me trying to find Zeraman, I guess, unless I want to use Mag.
Also, the next one is going to be Wukong. You can, behind 2 walls here. I do think that there should be, like, a line or something connecting them to the original enemy. But doesn't apply rad procs to enemies that are Eximus at least in. Okay, good to know. Because I know that they can still be applied with them if memory serves. It just makes them take more damage. I could be misremembering. I could be thinking specifically of Liches, but it's going to be such a problem. Yeah, like, it feels like the devs are begging you to use status immunity. And, like, I'm considering, if this doesn't get changed, like, say by the next major update, there has not been a change to this, I'm probably going to make a follow-up about just something like DE still doesn't understand Overguard, where I would go over how the problem has only gotten worse since I last talked about it. And it will be announced on the dev stream. I swear to God, if it's not Lavos, I'll be pissed. But my hope is that both the next Prime is Lavos, and because of the Year of the Snake, they'll give Lavos a Lunar New Year skin as well. If anyone's mentioned that, someone did mention that, but I hope that they revert it. That's my number one thing. Please revert it. The old Eximus scaling had no problems, in my opinion. I think it worked fine in most environments. And the fact that it got changed, I think, is stupid. I don't agree with it at all. Did Lavos release after Zaku? Lavos did, yes, but Lavos should have been in December, but because they released Sevagoth super early, Lavos got pushed back quite far. Armor gonna be crazy. If they touch it, yeah, it probably will be, because Lavos, I think, is one of the highest for sure in terms of base armor. I don't remember his exact position in the ranking, but well, that was embarrassing. We're just going to overpower. 451 per pellet on red crits. Awful. Third? I'd have to check. Standard release pattern. I genuinely think that they, like, deliberately did that, honestly. Energy per armor point. I actually kind of like that about Lavos. Because Lavos is able to run very different arcanes from everyone else because he has no energy pool. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I actually think that Lavos' cooldown mechanic makes him more fun, and I like him in part because of the fact that he's like that. But I get it's contentious with the X-Might. That's true. Like, my concern is just from a gameplay perspective. I find the abundance of Eximus right now to be really obnoxious, and I do think that in the event that there are no changes, I'll probably make a DE still doesn't understand Overguard follow-up, which would probably be much shorter, maybe 10 or 20 minutes, where I talk about how the issue has gotten worse over time or just has continued to not be addressed. Because I think it's ridiculous. I'll just be honest. I think that the amount of Eximus units that spawn currently is extremely obnoxious. But yeah, Lavos is a character I quite love as well. He's probably in my top 3 favorite Warframes. And I really hope that his prime, well, other than just being next, I hope that there are some meaningful differences on it. But we'll have to see. This, well, we'll just put this here and get rid of the armor real quick. I will say, Sab's opinion on Lavos is one of those things that I think Sab is just kind of... Dude, yeah, look at this. Look how much less damage this guy's taking than this guy. Even with the damage attenuation bug, look at that. This guy got low enough to be mercied, and this dude is just fucking fine. What is going on with these enemies? Seriously, this guy has 500 heat procs.
Jesus.
150 per pellet? Yeah, genuinely, that's the type of shit we're on right now. Power creep in the game. Yeah, I feel like it's like Warframe's power creep under the new development team has been much higher than it was under the previous one, but I barely have a reason to return to it. Yeah, let me... I guess I'll put a pin in that for a second. What are his bad takes on Lavos? Just in general, Sab doesn't like him, and I think that like his concerns or his issues with like the cooldown and stuff, I just don't really gel with. On stream the other day, if true, that is a terrible opinion, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. He wants to be the next, or be the best elect Krill. That's true. Very Solomon. Like, I will say this. I think that the new team, even with all the power creep, is doing much better with Warframe. I think that the new arcanes and mods and stuff we get is great, and I really enjoy it. But the problem to me is that the Warframe's designers clearly see Overguard as just like, well, we're having, you know, the game's getting easier because we have, you know, we have more power creep in the game. Just add more Eximus units into these environments, add more Overguard into these environments, and it's just the wrong way to do it. All we're doing is shutting down a certain play style. I talk about this in the Overguard video, but like, it doesn't make the game harder because it adds like meaningful mechanical challenge or anything like that. It makes the game harder by making you able to do less stuff. It just removes options from the player. It doesn't feel fun and it doesn't feel fair. His full title is Lieutenant Lek Krill. That gives stupid damage. Funnily enough, some of those bugs certain weapons rely on. On Lavos. I guess you could. I'm currently using, I think, Avenger and Grace, just because I like to play around his augment. Valence, yeah, Valence Formation, it's called. Guncio and shit. Here's the thing, like, multiplicative crit is one of the weird ones. If they removed multiplicative Guncio, that would actually murder a shit ton of weapons. Because there's a lot of not great weapons that are made good by that bug. It's the same thing with, like, Heat Inherit. It's a very powerful but very niche strategy. I don't think it's necessary in most of the game. Balance the game around that. It's mostly kicking you out of abilities. And buff your gun's playstyles. I think it's There's more than that in my view, but it feels like the nuke everything playstyles are the ones that get the most attention. Like, with the increase in Eximus spawn rates, crowd control focused frames just keep suffering, and they're already, like, not in a great spot.
Yeah.
I feel like, because I've mentioned potential solutions and stuff in the Overguard video, but I feel like it's the thing where, like, CC grants no meaningful interaction. There's no counterplay to it with any, like, for any crowd control frame. You just need damage, and it's fucking obnoxious. And what bewilders me, too, is they just released Kome, who's a crowd control-focused Warframe. Like, a lot of her abilities are CC-focused, aside from her decrees, right? Her 4 and her 1 especially. So it kind of bewilders me that they drop Kome as a very powerful CC, ability, and then they just, the next update, screw that kind of playstyle over. Also, for the tip for beginning Steel Path players, my #1 recommendation is go to Arbitrations and get the Galvanized mods. Where it goes on Strike and Union. Yeah, at this point, pretty much. Maybe a 1999 themed EDA. I'm guessing that they'll probably release, like, in, like, fissures and stuff at a future point, but I do agree it feels like there's not a lot to really do in Holvania once you finish the Syndicate, which kind of sucks. The labs did that super well. Metrocells and EDA and stuff are great replayable content. I'm surprised that we didn't get anything that like that here. Just not outright ignore it. I don't know. I'm just rehashing a bunch of points I made in that video, but I think that CC should do something to Overguard. I think Overguard granting status reduction is a bit of a lazy and not perfect solution, because you could still stun lock enemies that are Eximus if you had long enough duration, but we'll have to see. Coda's the replayable content. You can still finish that, though. Like, the amount of time it would take for you to finish Netrocells and EDA is a long time, because in theory, to finish that, you would want Tau Forge shards on all of your Warframes. It's very replayable for that reason. You can still technically finish Lich content. I hope it's enough. We'll have to see. I mean, I guess in, what, 3 weeks? I think it's 3 weeks. We'll see. All gameplay that isn't murder. I don't think I've seen DE complain that everyone focuses on killing. This isn't like Ubisoft. If anything, DE is actively encouraging it. Until they become immune. I think Acolytes have a minimum duration of 1.5 seconds. My concern with that solution is that if you have a really high duration on your CC, it doesn't matter if you half it, or even reduce it to a quarter. It can still be plenty long enough to shut the Eximus off permanently. What do you consider completing Lich content? Maxing out all of your elemental buffs. I would consider that to be completing it, is getting all of the, like, elemental combos you want, and then maxing it out to 60, and, 5-formaing them all. Large chunks of their game. I think DE understands their game fairly well. I think they also just approach it in the wrong way. Because I feel like with something Pablo has talked about in regards to stuff like this is that certain things are hard to make difficult content around. And I feel like the solution to that is not just taking options from the player, because that's what Overguard does. And I think with, like, Bolstered Belligerence is the most egregious example of this by far, because it affects Eximus, by the way. Is like this, it just feels like, well, enemies are more of a threat to the player if you can't stun them. This is true, but making every enemy immune to being stunned or crowd control in any fashion just makes characters that are built with that playstyle in mind unable to work in those environments, and I think that's not fun. I feel like Overguard is a thing that I do think, like, to an extent, I think that it has to exist. I understand why it exists. Also, Secondary Fortifier doesn't fix the problem of crowd control Warframes not being able to do things to Eximus units that aren't close enough to be hit by their secondary. Like, you can still get hit with a Jade Light Beam from somewhere else, like another adjacent room or something, or you could get hit with an Arson Fire Blast if they spawn behind you. It's still reliant on you being able to see and hit the enemy. Like, Fortifier has been a good help, and same with the Magnetic buff, in alleviating the issue, but it feels to me like they're just doubling down on it, I guess. Some tools work great. That's the thing, honestly. There are few environments that crowd control works better than damage, if any. Because ultimately the solution to all of your problems in Warframe is just killing things. So if you can if you can stun an enemy, who fucking cares? You can just kill them as easily in a lot of circumstances. I don't know, like when it comes to this stuff, a lot of that I've been talked about in the Overguard video. I'm just rehashing it. But I feel like a lot of it is just constantly being pushed back, or like that playstyle is continuing to get beaten as it, even though it's been dead for years. And I wish that they would do something to address the problem of how like suffocating they're making Overguard as a mechanic. Because in environments like EDA, if you get like bolstered belligerence or what is it, fortified front, I think it's called, bonuses like that, it's so unfun. To Electric Rock. I think the problem with that is that it's just too much to remember, as opposed to having one universal, reliable system. Eximus units actually used to take less damage from their own matching element, but that got removed for that reason.
Yeah.
So here I can invite you, Nitro. I know I've just kind of been wandering around for a bit, but...
Big Nitro energy, don't worry.
I don't know. I'm finding, like, with the Eximus stuff, I find it frustrating. I know I keep harping on it, but I find it frustrating and I hope it gets changed. That's kind of the crux of it.
Now, who would be knocking all the way out here?
Right, so what are we doing?
I don't think you should answer that.
You can ignore its benefits. You're entitled to that opinion. It's really ultimately a how do you want to approach certain problems. I think that's ultimately what it is. Also, Sea Snare's damage buff does work on Eximus units. Talk about how most of the Hex are into pet play? What the fuck are you talking about?
War.
But yeah, I guess that's my piece on that. I might do a sequel video on the Overguard issue if it stays this bad. Something someone had suggested that I do think was interesting was the idea of reducing certain CC's effectiveness. So, like, stuns are reduced to slows instead of outright locking enemies down and stuff like that. And I think that that's a cool idea overall, but I don't know if they want to put that much effort into it. I voted for anchovies on the Chitza. I have a lasting grudge against you. I want you to know that. Anyways.
Well, the worst part?
Anchovies were the worst part.
Weird.
Or a blanket solution. Here's the thing. Resistance to the respective element of the Overguard or of the Eximus is not telegraphed to the player and cannot be addressed mid-mission. Like, you can't switch your element mid-mission to deal with that. I think it's better to have a universal system. Honestly, this would be cool. And, like, yeah, I agree. I think it would be better if, like, it did something, but wasn't, like, so oppressive it shut the Eximus off. I am not entirely sure. What all do I even have? We have an Alchemy Fisher? Fuck it, why not? I'm definitely in the minority. I don't think that it's, like, there are benefits in some scenarios. Like, energy is definitely more plentiful. You know, secondary fortifier does better in those environments, stuff like that, but... Let's not have a CC in some way. I don't agree with that solution either, because then if you don't have a CC ability, you're just fucked in the other direction. I think the issue is, like, Overguard is an extra health bar, so it's here's how it's supposed to work. It's an extra health bar, so your damage doesn't go as far because you have to eat it first, and it also makes CC less effective. But we deal so much damage, the extra health bar part doesn't fucking matter. If you get rid of the extra health bar, then the enemy's probably just gonna die anyways, and your crowd control never came into play in the first place. And there's so many Eximus units or units with Overguard, like the Dedicant and stuff now, that it feels like using CC will only affect half of the room at best a lot of the time. And I think that's a rough situation to be in. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. I hope that they change it. I hope that they tone the Eximus units back. I think it's ridiculous how many of them there are right now. Gluing to the player ASAP. I've never personally found them to be that obnoxious because you can break the light, but it is certainly annoying if you have a bunch of them, because if you kill one, it'll just immediately start, you know, another one will immediately start attacking you again. It's like, that was my issue with Belly of the Beast, was that event was like, it was funny, I'm not gonna lie. I think that a number of Jade Eximus units was hilarious, but it was kind of obnoxious to play through. You know, it doesn't work on Eximus? Yeah, fair enough. Oh, that reminds me of another thing that I want to talk about in the Eximus video. The Protector Ancient. Who the fuck thought that enemy was a good idea? Genuinely, the Protector Ancient is fucking ridiculous. For those who don't know, the Protector Ancient not only gives enemies more Overguard than the old Ancients did, but if it dies, they keep their Overguard now. And the Ancient itself also spawns in with Overguard. It makes me mad.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, guys? Seriously.
Than the average, or than most Warframe Twitch streamers. I mean, I'm the only one who really streams on YouTube. I'm dominating the market. Yeah, Protector Ancients are bullshit. Corrupted Ancients do this too. Like, it pisses me off. When I was reading, doesn't the Overguard decay over time after death? I'd have to double check. Even if it does, I don't think that's a perfect solution. I don't know. Like, here's my thing. I mentioned this in the Overguard video, kind of. I do not think that that any Ancient should provide Overguard. I think that the Severed Warden does it correctly. Very limited quantity of enemies can be affected, easily telegraphed. You're able to remove the arms individually. I think all of that kind of thing is great. The Protector Ancient just makes everything near it have Overguard, and it irritates me. I think are a skill issue. Okay. Let me level with you on this. This game is easy as shit. I don't think the Eximus units are too hard. I think they just make the game more annoying to play, and they make Warframes that lean into the crowd control style less effective. This game is easy as fuck. I don't find that this game to be hard really at all. So it's not a matter of skill issue. I can deal with them just fine. It's more of a matter that I find it to be a problem conceptually because they're pushing a certain playstyle out of the game. Giving Thrax Ghost Overguard is criminal? I agree. That's ridiculous as well.
Nah, but don't worry. It's totally, you know, void damage, so it'll be fine, right? No.
Because, like, the Ancient Healers, I saw that they got changed to actually being healers, and I was like, oh, awesome, you know, well, they're actual healers now. That was what I wanted. And then I saw the Protector Ancient. It's, like, new Ancient type, the Protector, and I'm like, oh, god fucking damn it.
So
and,
yep. Both, don't they?
They just made the healer, they split the Ancient Healer into two different Ancient types and made the Cancer part of the Ancient Healer even worse. So that sucks. I don't know, 1999 has been the 9/11 for fucking crowd control frames. The biggest one since Angels of the Zeraman.
I just threw my M4 at the fucking, 200% affinity gain thing instead of the fucking actual...
And yeah, I think that's also a good way to put it. They make damage the right way to play. My thing is, like, if you like just spamming damage, that's totally fine. But I personally like to switch it up. And I feel like having what was once a rich play style that the game actually put a lot of effort into enabling back in the day, it's just kind of, like, dead at this point. You're not dead, but dying. Crowd control's not worthless. Like, dude, I'm playing Nova, and plenty of the enemies in this room are being slowed right now. But as the Eximus spawn rate is going to, like, climb, it's going to get a lot more annoying. Also, I do agree. If we just made it so there was a buffer, that would also help a lot. Get your rep select with my wife? Yeah, round 2, guys. Round 2. The lighting in this environment is fucky enough that I'm struggling to see. I don't know about anyone else watching right now. I am struggling to see what's on my screen. Why nerf it further? I think that the thing is, like, Overguard is not a deliberate CC nerf. I think that they just see it as a way to make the game harder. And I guess that's true, but Also, they did, so they actually fixed that. For the longest time, Nova's damage... Why could I mercy kill that Severed Warden? He had all of his arms.
It's the funny.
Anyways, for the longest time, Nova's damage only applied to health, but with her rework, they fixed that and standardized it, so all damage vulnerability abilities now apply to health and shields and overguard. So that was what they had done for that when Nova got reworked. They standardized it. Each arm has a mercy threshold. I suppose that's true, but I felt like you had to get all of the arms down to a certain point, or just remove them individually. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But yeah, like, I know, like, Nezha, I think, was one that couldn't do that in the past, and now he can. Works for me. When you say build video, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but... You can't cast Equinox Rage on them. Grim. Bitrate go burr. Yeah, I imagine the stream probably looks like shit right now. My bitrate is actually a bit lower than normal, so my apologies. This is probably fucking unwatchable.
We got a fucking Void Rig in the air. He's not come down yet.
I could actually just hit him in the fucking back.
There we go. Something cooking back shot.
Rock out the Oberon for Augment. Honestly, blind meta Oberon is pretty fucking funny, though. Can't see shit when I'm playing, yeah.
Augment aside from blinding.
On their back is cursing hilarious. They do one, I believe they have one on their front as well. It's just really fucking small. Work on launch. Sea Snares, Calibans too. A lot of stuff worked already, like with Overguard before that change made. Other kit actually works. I didn't make a video about Corvex specifically. I'm assuming either you're talking about the damage reduction video, or you might be mistaking me for Nova Umbral. Because Nova Umbral did release a very controversial Corvex video recently. Recognize these kinds of issues. The thing is, like, I can't make any change to the game, right? I'll never get to talk to a designer or anything like that. I'm not big enough and never will be. The only member of the community Pablo regularly engages with is Brozyme. How was it controversial? Calling Corvex the worst Warframe is an insane take. I'm just gonna level with you. Like, I think Nova's a very smart guy, but I think he got lost in the clickbait sauce on that video. Calling Corvex the worst frame is psychotic. And a lot of people, I think, rightfully point out that that is an exaggeration. I don't think that, like, I haven't finished the entire video, and I want to make that clear, but I think that a lot of the backlash has come from the title and the, like, that kind of set dressing, especially. I mean, I think that's entirely wrong. Calling Corvex the worst frame, like, does Corvex have issues? Yes. And I think that it's, a lot of those issues, as far as more he's talked about, like, Corvex is super reliant on enemy density. I feel like a lot of his abilities feel like they only do half of what a normal ability would do. Stuff like that, but he's not the worst. He still does quite a bit of work in environments where he's good. The problem is that he just only is good in fairly specific environments. Huh?
Did we just get a corrosive 2 in a row?
Yes.
I didn't think that was possible. Neat.
What do you think is the worst Warframe? Honestly, that's a very difficult question, because honestly, I don't think... It's entirely a preference thing. Me, personally, I would put my money on Equinox, because I think that everything that she's good at, she's just other Warframes do better now. But she's not even necessarily super bad. I think it's more of a matter of, like, who do you think is the worst, not who is objectively the worst. And now that I've said that, I will have plenty of people who are going to probably be like, well, Equinox is actually amazing. And it's like, you're entitled to that opinion. I just don't personally like her. That's kind of
the end of that. Are there any actual fucking Equinox mains, like YouTubers or anything out there?
What, Nitro?
Are there any, like, actual, like, Equinox mains, quote-unquote?
Salix. That's the only one I even know of.
Really?
On the downwind, Equinox is down there too. I think that Oberon works fine. Personally, say Kome, that is also insane to me, because Kome only works in a very specific environment, but if you play her in an endless mission for an extended period of time, she is insanely strong. The problem is you have to sit through, 2 or 3 hours of the same mission to get to that power level, which is boring. I think that Oberon deserves a rework, but I don't think he's bad. He's just very dated. It's negated by eczema spam. I would recommend watching Sci-Fi's video. He goes into a lot of interesting depth on Limbo, and there's a lot of workarounds you can do to deal with that, but I also do think that Limbo should get a rework at some point in the future. Like, I don't think Oberon needs a full rework. I think he just deserves a touch-up like Nova. I don't really know if there are any frames in the game I think need a full-on rework at this point, other than, honestly, maybe, like, I could see Chroma getting one or Equinox getting one, but... at least buff ability strength. Loki has some stuff. Damage decoy is really good, and his ability to manipulate AI with decoy is actually surprisingly strong now that it scales in Hell. Like, Loki still has some stuff. Just because he can't nuke rooms doesn't make him worthless, if you ask me. He's not great. I'm not going to act like he's some amazing Warframe. I don't think he is. But I do still think he has stuff. Do you think of the new Sculptor Pack? I think that they're fun overall. Still the truth. I don't think Valkyr is a terrible frame. Like, she has her problems, but she is very strong. She's just pretty one-note. That's kind of my main issue with her. 2 of her abilities aren't great, Paralysis and Ripline, and her Exalted is really hamstrung by its bad stance. If the stance had, like, more guaranteed slash procs in it, I think it would be much better. But I will not stand. I actually agree. I think Vauban is also quite a bit of fun. Like, here's the thing. Ultimately, whoever you think is the worst will more likely than not be for a more personal reason. And you can argue about it as much as you want, but I don't think that it ultimately matters at the end of the day who is the worst. I think all that matters is who is in need of help. Because it doesn't... I guess it's not like a dick measuring contest of who is the worst Warframe, so much as just who's underperforming in general. It doesn't matter, like, who is worse than each other when you're in, like, the bottom 5. What matters is they're in the bottom 5 and need to be brought out. Times I'd have said Nyx. Before her rework, I also probably would have said Nyx. Her only saving grace to me was Assimilate, but which Warframe would win in a dick measuring contest? Honestly, probably Rhino with his large cod piece. People successfully predicted his Beetle Deluxe coming out because of that, so, or predicted that it was him. The real... Yeah, I do think Zephyr... I think Zephyr is probably up there too, honestly. But I think... Yes, her cod piece is also very large for a female Warframe especially. But I think for, like, reworks, DE has been on the upturn, or the upswing with those. This is another video I actually thought about making a discussion video about. I mentioned earlier, less people were here, but about doing, like, a what is endgame discussion video. Another one I want to make is about a phrase I hear a lot that pisses me off, and that's that DE doesn't care about old content. And one of the things I want to talk about in that video is go in pretty extensive detail about the amount of reworks we've gotten and the quality of them lately. Like, since the new development team, we've gotten, I think, over a dozen reworks at this point. Shade Prime Baby. I like how I'm running the rads and you're the one getting the silvers.
I mean, I ran rad too.
Oh, I thought that you were using Intact. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. But I think... Also, what do you think of the Protoframe skins? They're neat, but I haven't personally been using them. You don't like / don't play? Yeah, true. When are raids coming back? Probably never. And personally, I don't think they should. I don't think there should be content to this game you can't do by yourself. It's a big linchpin for Destiny that you can't do certain content by yourself. And I think that would be bad to introduce that problem to Warframe, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
EDA or raids? I mean, not necessarily. easier without cooldowns. Like, Daggets 3, I think they're kind of weird, honestly. Like, cooldown simulator frames like Octavia and Mesa, I find it a little bit lame, but I guess it doesn't bother me a ton. You can totally solo EDA. Yeah, like I think that all content should be soloable, even if it's easier with other people. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's such a big part of the marketing, though, that I get why. Why am I using Slova for this? I'm doing this backwards. Make the game harder. I don't give a shit.
Yes.
That would be satisfying enough for players. Like, a lot of people do like the old raids mechanically. That guy just fucking hit the Nene on me. What, did you guys see that Ancient? What the fuck? Anyways.
Oh god, 196. Oh god.
Adding dungeons to Warframe. I don't really know what that would even be like, honestly. I think that, like, mission types or things that require, like, more mechanics are a good thing. Like I like the fragmented bosses and the tank having mechanics that you have to interact with more than just shooting them till they die, but...
Oh, Void Rig Overguard! Corrupted Void Rig Overguard!
You're surrounded by bombs. Just start throwing the bombs at the Void Rig.
I'm trying!
It's just being annoying. I actually do kind of agree with that. Like, there are certain Warframes that you might not play because you don't like them, and so I can understand being like you want to rework them because you don't play them because you don't like them. But some people, I do think, kind of chime in on things they don't know about. So thank you for the 5 gift memberships. What the fuck? I didn't know that you could do that on YouTube, actually.
What? Hell yeah.
I appreciate you wasting so much money. But I think, how do I say your name? Tombi? I don't know how I would say this.
He gifted 5 memberships, you don't know how to say his name, Dave, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry. He needs 2 more reworks, real and true. I miss Scarlet Spear. I went on my discussion about this enough. I don't feel like rehashing it, but I do not think Scarlet Spear should come back. At least not without many, many significant changes.
Yeah.
There was a thing I was gonna talk about and I completely forgot.
Oh,
so,
but talk about which Warframe is the shortest.
Probably Titania. Because, you know, he turns small. Whoa, what the... What happened to my frame rate there? Okay. Jesus. I didn't even break the right arm and he stopped giving that guy overguard. The fuck? I think he still spawned him though. Yep, he did. Oh, it was a bonus. Okay, I don't care. That alchemy hit? Yeah, for real. Also, rough playing the current state of Overguard. I actually like Banshee, but I think her 1 should be a one-handed action easily, and her 4 fucking sucks. Is this a Dick and Nuts sponsored stream? I actually own the domain dickandnuts.com. It redirects to my YouTube channel. That's why it's there.
In that regard, so, you know.
Yeah, this video is sponsored by me. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Have you guys seen that one, like, screenshot? I think it might actually be in the playlist, or the, slideshow, where it's like, what is my purpose in life? It's a comment on a YouTube video where someone says that, and someone just OP of the video replies to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Remember, if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling depressed, I will give you purpose. You have to give my videos views. Anyways. By Silence and Sonar? Honestly, yeah, I agree. And yeah, the Defixio missions are pretty annoying with how much you have to run them. I don't know how to use Warframe, it needs a rework. There are people like that. I won't lie to you. There are people like that. And it is irritating to see, because I've seen some people, like, with the type of stuff I do, right, on YouTube, I receive a lot of comments that I think are kind of strange, or just outright dumb, and I don't mean to be mean when I say that, but I've had, like, people leave weird-ass comments like, someone left a comment, like, talking about how they think that Nidus is in need of a rework, and, like, I don't really think so. I do agree that he's pretty bad against armor, so I think Unairu is actually very good on Nidus, because you can group enemies up and then use the 2 of Unairu to remove their armor. But he's a pretty strong Warframe.
Armor strip, though, or am I thinking of someone else?
Nidus does not have armor strip.
Never mind.
But I feel like that's one of those things where, like, a lot of it, I think, just comes from ignorance in terms of, like, I don't like this Warframe, so they deserve a rework. If people can articulate an opinion as to why they think so, I think that's fine. And you're entitled to your opinion. Like, I want to make something clear. You can't have a wrong opinion, because it's just how you feel about a topic. But here's the thing. You cannot have a wrong opinion, but you can have a bad opinion. And I do personally find that a bad opinion. Thank you for the $1. I always have to like the $1. Nothing else, specifically just the $1.
$1.
Getting to get stacked if we're getting one-shotted. In my own experience, it's not that bad, I guess, for me. Arcane Grace, I think, helps a lot, but the damage reduction you get from stacking Adaptation and Parasitic Link is fucking really high.
Oh god, these fucking ancients are just fucking circle jerking their overguard with each other. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, he's a Jade Light too. Fuck off.
$1 is $1. Nitro, you should get your ass over here and play the objective. You're like a fucking Overwatch player. What are you doing? Our 50-50 between enjoyment and hatred.
Yeah. Trying to kill these fucking 2 ancients who are just fucking circle jerking each other with giving each other overguard over and over and over.
I also want to make something clear in regards to like the whole like who's the worst Warframe discussion. I want to make something clear. You can play whoever you want. I don't think there's any Warframe who's so bad in this game that you can't use them. Like, this week's EDA, you guys want to know who I did it with? I soloed it with fucking Necros. Like, there is, in my opinion, no Warframe in this game that is so bad you can't play them. Even with the, like, over-presence of Overguard in the current situation of the game because of Eximus spam, I think that genuinely, like, there's no one who's so bad you can't use them. And while I think that it's important to have earnest discussions about balance and what characters you think are underpowered and who might need attention, because I don't want to say that every Warframe is, like, good and needs no changes, because then you leave the issue of things that are bad never get better. But I think it's important to keep in mind that nothing is so bad it's unusable, and the goal is not to tell you that you can't like a certain thing.
Have there ever been any things that were bad you just can't use them or shouldn't use them?
It's subjective. Like, I will say this, and I do think you can have a bad opinion, and let me elaborate on that. I think a bad opinion is one that is made out of ignorance, or that willingly is, like, cognitively dissonant from alternate perspective. If you have an opinion where any alternative opinion is immediately discarded so you can hold on to that opinion, I think that's a bad opinion. If you're presented with, like, evidence to the contrary and you refuse to take it, I think that makes your opinion bad, personally. But even beyond that, I do agree that people say objectively about subjective. Like, objectively is the new literally, and it pisses me off, because people use it in the wrong way, and people will be like, something is objectively worse than another thing, or objectively better. And the vast majority of the time, yeah, it's completely subjective and they're bullshitting you.
Yeah.
Wrong opinion? Yeah, fair enough. I guess I still wanted to elaborate on my bad opinion point, but I agree. You can't have a wrong opinion because it's just how you feel about something.
You can have bad opinions, but you can't have wrong opinions.
Nitro, shut the fuck up. Also, can you please start throwing things at the Crucible? We've been in this mission for 20 minutes. I don't think I've seen you throw a single one.
I've been throwing them, yeah.
I need you to do your job, goddamn.
The only god Warframe is the one I'm using currently.
That's true. Warframe is objectively developed by VE. True. Your objective opinion is literally subjective. I'm gonna have an aneurysm because that is technically true, but it uses all of the no-no words. There you have an overabundance of weapon platform abilities. I think that Chroma deserves a decent rework. I actually agree with that. I don't think they should fundamentally change him too much in terms of, like, Vex armor and stuff like that so core to his identity, but I wish he was more dragon-focused.
Yeah, seriously, I want him to be more dragon-focused. Like, hell, keeping weapon dragon-focused, I at least let him fucking... Like,
yeah, dragon these nuts on your face, ha, gotta.
Like, what? What the fuck?
With Molt for speech, they can keep the headshot damage. That's kind of fucking wacky.
Oh my god, I went to the blue dimension.
The buff is buff into the select. That could be cool. What do you mean the blue dimension?
We sent you a screenshot. Cover me.
Oh, I wonder, do you have the bug where it's not rendering the room correctly? Bitch, fuck off my necromech point. Rumbled style augment where he becomes the effigy. That would go crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, so many of Chroma's augments suck too. Like his Vex armor augment is amazing. I absolutely love his Vex armor augment. Everlasting Ward is helpful in groups. The Spectral Scream augment sucks, and I think that the Guided Effigy augment also sucks.
Yeah.
Also, why is switching his element bound to his 1 and not his 2?
It's just so that you don't fucking subsume off your 1 for some reason, guys. Trust.
Be able to ride a cape in mission. That would be funny, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the blue dimension. Hell yeah. Gotta reorganize this. Taking off his first with the effigy ability is kind of cool. I think it is neat, but it's just so exceedingly niche. Then booted again. Conclave is fairly unstable. Oh, I just did the funny. My bad. I wasn't paying attention as it was Malice that spawned and almost killed myself. Shield gating strike. You know, I'm just beating this guy's ass. I don't even care. Oh, Gauss Prime Systems. Cool. To be he could go be a better dragon than he is. True. It's called a symbiotic relationship or something. You know, Hakuna Matata or some shit. If you subsume as 1, yes, that's correct. You should be using Heat Ward at all times. I personally disagree. I think there are arguments for the other wards, but I do think they need to be more distinct from each other. There's no wanted to form a Sevagoth, a Grim. You know what? Yeah, I'm meleeing Malice. I don't give a shit. Tennokai, motherfucker. Anyways. Why does it have to suck ass? Yeah, fair enough. Belarks with Crux, Unlimited Piss Shotgun. That actually does sound kind of fun. They don't do jack. Like, there's, the wards do something. They're just all kind of... It's kind of not a lot, I guess, in my opinion, compared to what I feel like they should do. Like, it should be the centerpiece of Chroma's kit. Should be cycling through your wards, if you want my opinion. But that's not really a thing that you do. They all do have some purpose. And who thinks what is good or bad, I think will vary a lot depending on the player. Like, Sab said they thought that Toxin Chroma was worthless, and I completely disagree with that, but...
I feel like Toxic Chroma is niche, but then again, I like Electric Chroma a lot because of, even before shield gating, just because of shields and, you know, electric stuff like that's just me.
Don't work though, Grim. Should there be a mod that turns self-damage back on? I don't personally think so.
Okay, imagine you do that,
actually
but it actually gives you mod space.
So there's a weird thing with that. The scaling on the Toxin Ward is percentage-based, which is abusable in certain contexts, but it's a very niche setup.
Yeah, I feel like it's good, but niche as fuck.
I am ultra slowed by the amount of
yeah, what the fuck?
Things in here. Bomb. I can hardly tell what's going on at this point. I don't know if anyone in my stream even knows what's happening anymore. We forgot the Conclave. Nightmare.
Oh no, I'm in blue again, no! Can't see!
Jade Light Eximus, fuck off. I'm busy trying to stack paper. Isn't really paid attention to the fact that the toxin proc scaling up health is the point. Companions can transfer it into a new. I am aware of that strategy, but I don't feel like it's like necessarily the intended way to play, but it's like a thing that you can do because of other things in the game. All I see are lights. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. My apologies, everyone. Stream has become unintelligible, I imagine. Then did another poster? My apologies. Eximus situation is crazy. Which Warframe content creator is the gayest tier list? Well, I guess Rob is out of the question now. Most intelligible Warframe gameplay. I don't know how many gay Warframe creators there even are. Here, does anyone know any gay Warframe content creators? I'll just ask outright. I would say, I'm cheating. You can't pick that one. I like how I've lost like 20 viewers, and I'm guessing at this point the gameplay is just too fucking difficult to watch.
That's because you mentioned gay.
No, I've been slowly losing them. I said I'm not... a gay guy plays. He doesn't play the game anymore, I don't think. The Kengineer is gay? Huh, I actually wouldn't have known that.
Makes sense.
All our shadow ban. Rob doesn't... I don't think Rob makes Warframe content anymore. Stab? True. Are gay? You know, I agree with that. All Warframe content creators are gay by virtue of playing Warframe. It's like that one old comic where it's like... This was from like 2008, I think. Where it was like, what's your opinion on gay marriage? And the other guy just replies, as far as I'm concerned, all marriage is gay marriage. That comic is fucking hilarious.
Necromex are here.
It happens. Ida, the Acolyte is here. Oh, the ricochet on my Plasmor caused it to break that. Where is Misery? He's not... There he is. He spawned far enough for me.
I don't know. He's inside every one of us.
Why is he just... Yeah, could you hold still, please? I'm just gonna... Okay, thank God we killed him before he actually became invincible from his summoning. I saw that. I saw him start it. I was like, you better not. I read the entirety of that D&D PDF. It was very enjoyable. What? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
The D&D fucking sub-excluded one-shot, you mean, or?
What? Oh, was it the thing that they did for, like, the holiday stream or whatever? I know that they did a D&D session, I believe. Oh, Kengineer's D&D Warframe thing? I haven't heard of that. Look, I don't watch other Warframe content creators almost at all, so I'm out of the loop on these types of things. As D&D monsters, that's an interesting idea. I've heard, like, I don't watch Kengineer much personally, but I've heard he's a very good channel. And some of the things that I've watched from him have been very helpful in the stuff I've made, you know, on my own. I don't know, Kengineer is one of those, like, I feel like he's a very, like, pillar of the community type of content creator, at least in my opinion. I don't know, I will never be there. I will never be him. We'll put it that way. I will always be the C-list Warframe YouTuber that people always ask, are you a furry? Just not what he used to.
What's the community, babe?
Yeah, you're wrong, buddy. True.
Yes.
One of the few great guy style creators. I think the main thing for Kengineer is he also likes, like, he explains a lot of game mechanics. Like his adaptation video I used, or I watched when I was talking about DR in my own video. Stuff like that I think is very helpful. That's why he's doing this? I mean, maybe. That's an interesting fan theory. I think I'm going to open this last Radiant, and then I'll probably just end this mission, because I think that my audience is struggling to watch this. I'm pretty sure you're B-list at minimum. No, I'm going C-list. I'm going C-list. Someone posted a thing to the Warframe subreddit that people shared to me of content creator tier lists, and I was in S tier, and I just commented who's the furry in S tier on that post, but I think that's way too high. Like, I'm not saying this in terms of, like, I'm not trying to be facetious, I guess, when I say this. My content's not that good. I don't really know why people watch my videos, but they do, so I continue to make them. We're supposed to watch the gameplay? No. You have to ignore it. Do you think the Indifference is a furry? He might be. Jury's still out on that. Considering what he did at the Kavia, he could be. Don't like their own work? Okay, let me level with you. There are some artists that are good and, like, pretty aware. Like, I'm pretty sure Michelangelo, if memory serves, was fairly aware of how good he was. Then again, like, I think there's a difference between, like, I'm not, like, an artist. I feel like saying I'm an artist is giving me too much fucking credit, dude. Like, when I see, or like, how do I put this in a way that makes sense? This is a very weird conceptual thing. My art form, so to speak, I said it with huge air quotes, does not exist without this video game. And I want to make that clear. Like, when I think of an artist, I think of someone who can make things with a much more fundamental kind of resource, right? Like, making music is an art form. Making traditional art is an art form. Making videos is an art form. But the things I make about a single video game, to me, is not an art form. And I understand that, like, yeah, paintings don't exist without paint. This is true. But paint is a much more fundamental thing than a game like this. Many of my videos are just me talking about things I've discovered messing around and things I read on the wiki. Like, when you boil it down... Oh, there's my frame rate freaking out again. Glad this bug hasn't been fixed. But I feel like saying that I'm an artist gives me too much credit. I feel like really, I'm talking about, like, most of the work is done for me by the game existing. Let me put it that way. Most of the game, or the work is done for me by the game existing. I feel like, when it comes to this kind of stuff, at least, and YouTube things in general, like, I don't think I'm terrible at it, necessarily, but I do think that, like, I'm not particularly good at it either. My editing is fairly simplistic, and I've been trying to evolve that over time, but it's still something I struggle with. I have a video I've wanted to do for a while now about the 1999 ARG, but I genuinely don't think I'm a good enough content creator to do that concept justice. I want to execute it in a way that I don't think I can accomplish. And so I've been putting it off because I don't want to do a video like that and sell what I think it could be short. Because they match my opinions. That's the best, that's the only correct opinion here in my view. You're only allowed to like my videos because they validate your preconceptions about Warframe. That isn't in the game. I want to go over, like, the progression of the ARG. I want to talk about it because the ARG is a story, right? Not only is there a story in the ARG, but its discovery in and of itself is a story. But I want to make it in a very specific way that I don't think I can achieve, and I'm still undecided on how I want to go about that. But I don't know. Like, when it comes to Warframe, my ultimate goal, personally, or not goal, but my ultimate dream would be to actually work on this game. But I know that will never happen because I have no qualifications to do so. I'm just a nerd about it. That's pretty much it. So, like, I think that, like, for me, what I would love to do is work on the game in quality assurance or something like that, or in even as a designer. But I have no qualifications that would make that warranted.
I mean, you'd be a good playtester, I suppose.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't even live in Canada. Like, I don't think that would ever happen. How about the comics? I've read the 1999 one, not the original comic. DE doesn't allow furries? That's straight up not true. Liger works for those. All I'm saying is you can't tell me that Varuna's in the game, and there are no furries that have worked with this company. Get your foot in through Tenogen. I'm not... Okay. Liger's a furry? I'm just making shit up. I have no idea. I just want to see if anyone would question that. Isn't Reb a furry? No, but she's definitely a monster fucker. Anyways.
There's a bit of overlap in between, but yeah.
With, like, when it comes to, like, conventional art, dude, I am like awful, like comedically terrible. Why do you think all my thumbnails are so bad? I just can't do it, dude. I just don't have the brain for it, genuinely. I just can't do it. That's part of why I struggle with a lot of the more artistic elements of, like, editing and cinematography type of stuff as well. I just don't have the brain for it, dude. I just can't figure it out. It's not intuitive for me.
I used to get it on.
Liger's a furry and a monster fucker? I'm just going to take your word for it. Based and true. GF is wondering what the monster fucker comment means. Let me put it this way. There are two types of people in this world. There are people that would see the xenomorph from Alien and think, damn, that bitch is scary. And there are people that would see that and think, damn, that bitch is fuckable. Monster fuckers are the second kind of person. If that sounds completely alien to you and you think, how the fuck would anyone want to bang the alien from Alien? You are in the first group. We're intentionally minimalist. to an extent, they are. I started this in the Dargan video, I think it was, but I like the idea of having the thumbnail appear in the video. I just think it's cool, or like a little fun thing to do. But my thumbnails are not good. Also, I think it's going to be the last one for this mission.
Ayo.
Don't call me out like this, bro. Xenomorphs are hot. Yep, see? There they are. I told you. I told you. Queen Xeno packing? Okay, the Dead by Daylight Xenomorphs Queen is fucking cheating. You're not a real monster fucker if you want to fuck that skin. They were on some shit when they made that one. But that's besides the point.
Just grab a bit more fucking, what's it? Not Vital Sense, but fucking Void Traces. Reaction.
Nitro, get the fuck over here.
Coming.
You play Dead by Daylight? No. I'm only aware of the skin because it became such a large meme. For what I find attractive. Saying bare minimum, that makes me worried. What is your... Okay. Apparent Angel, you do not have to answer this question if you don't want to. If the Xenomorph is your bare minimum, what the fuck is your average? Bodily fluids or acid? I mean... There are plenty of animals that mate and then die, right? The Dead by Daylight what? Tux, the Dead... Look up Dead by Daylight Xenomorph Queen. You'll see what I mean. What kind of conversation did I just walk into? Some people were confused what the term monster fucker meant. So I'm sorry that you showed up at this time, Super Game Chief. If you leave, I understand.
It's what Master Intrati would have wanted. I have here a toothsome
what?
conundrum, which I believe you...
Well presented regardless of editing. Like, I certainly try, I guess. And have COVID? Am I reading this right? For Caliban's items, I regret nothing. Also, let me know when you're out of the Sanctum and I can re-invite you.
Okay, well, actually, thinking about it, look, people have mentioned this in the comments of the fucking... Only tangentially related, but the fucking aliens are apparently initially meant to be sexual, so...
According to who?
According to the fucking creator.
Hold on, what are you...
H.R. Geiger. Xenomorph guy.
H.R. Geiger didn't make the Xenomorphs, I don't think. Because the Alien's a James Cameron film.
H.R. Geiger's works. He's the man who designed them.
Did he make... Come on, did H.R. Geiger design the Xenomorph? I guess that actually would make sense.
Yes, he did, actually. Yes, in 1976.
Huh. Penis heads? Is that the argument? Huh.
I mean,
That's
this
interesting.
Is the original fucking, what's it, concept art. I'm gonna have to send this to you, but, that's not the right fucking thumbnail, but...
What did Geiger mean by this? That's a good question, Tux. What did Geiger mean by this? Huh.
This is the first ever one, and you can definitely see it there.
Techno-sexual stuff? Do you have a Furus ribbon? If not, want one? I think I do, but I'm not really in need of one personally. I know it all. Do I have a Furus ribbon? I don't. Huh. Interesting.
I can't say any of this, but, like, this is from the Wikipedia article.
Of discomforting male viewers. I think it discomforted more than male viewers. I will admit, I'm not super well-read on H.R. Geiger. I just didn't realize he designed the aliens.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Oh, here we go.
Is this the deep lore suite? What the fuck am I reading right now?
Oh my god. This is what he said. This what?
Made this... Oh, didn't make the queen, but made the Xenomorph design? Well, I think
this.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I think the Xenomorph is a bit, intentional like that, but like, damn.
Crazy shit. Maybe Xenomorph, on the scale of, like, normie monster fucker to, like, deserves to be in a padded cell monster fucker, maybe Xenomorph is more normie than padded cell than I realized, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't know any of this either, but,
I'll be honest with you, the writer of The Boys' entire thing on Batman being a rich kid who beats up poor people, such like a stupid, like hipster, like, talking point that is so easy to disprove. It pisses me off that made it into the show. I don't watch The Boys, but I have my brother watches it, and he's told me quite a bit about the show, and it seems like it's just been going downhill. Rough shit. Then again, 2-for-1 on hollow points with code Gunpowder does go crazy. That's a good fucking deal, dude.
Wait, unironically?
No, it was a fucking joke in the show that the superhero Gunpowder had like a promo code for buying hollow point rounds.
That would have been that is genuinely really fucking good deal as well.
The Boys was never good. I heard that a lot of people thought that the first season was okay, and then it started to go downhill. Though, I feel like, I don't know, I haven't watched it. This is not something that I have any opinion on, necessarily, that's, like, educated. This is one of those things that I would call a bad opinion. Actually, this is something that I was going to talk about earlier and forgot to. Or a padded cell monster fucker. Nova Umbral is definitely minimum a furry. Have you guys seen the shit he's posted in Shiro's Discord, like, lusting after Umbreon? He's actually fucking insane.
I mean, unironic,
that's besides
I probably shouldn't say what the fuck he sent me in DMs, but, like, yeah, no, he's a furry, absolutely.
A Nova Umbral is unironically definitely a furry. Anyways,
Renamon, anyway.
I'm losing track of it. Right. The opinion thing. I want to say something real quick about that. There is this weird perception in the modern era, I think because of social media, honestly, that you need to have an opinion on everything. And I think that's stupid. Like, there's plenty of stuff I'm uneducated about, and I like, if I give an opinion on it, I want to make that clear up front. Like, when I mentioned earlier with Equinox, like, I don't play her that much because I don't like the way she plays, and I do think she needs a rework. But people who do better with her would have a better opinion than me. Like, if you want my opinion on Limbo, I'll just tell you watch Sci-Fi's video, because it's way better than anything I could tell you. And I think that it's important, I don't know, like, a lot of people are willing to have an opinion on everything and then die on, like, you know, on those hills, and it's just like, dude, who fucking cares? I feel like, I don't know, there's shit I don't have an opinion on, because I don't have a good opinion, because I don't fucking care. Also, my friend Tux asked me, do you think the Tenno are monsters? Do I think that, like, being attracted to the Tenno makes you a monster fucker? No, but it definitely makes you a special kind of gooner. I love not having opinions and or being wrong about things. I think here's an important trait. This is Cool Kid's life lesson to my viewers. You're getting a life lesson from a fucking 22-year-old Zoomer. My apologies in advance. I think that an important trait to have is being willing to change your opinions in response to new information. Like, I think that a very toxic personality trait, at least in my opinion, is being completely unwilling to change your mind about anything and making your mind up about topics where you don't know the full story. I've known people like that throughout my life, and they are fucking miserable to deal with. I think it's important to be willing to change your opinion on things in response to new information. You're 22. I mean, I'm about to be 23, but that hardly matters. Why are you backtracking? Like, yeah, like, I think some people say that you're older than me and gayer than me. You level up every time you get older. You also get gayer. Anyways, I'm afraid he has to blow up. Yeah, a lot of people either call me old or call me young for this, but it doesn't really matter. I think that it's important to keep in mind that your opinion can change, and that's a good thing if you think that your opinion is made stronger by new information. Don't get me wrong, changing your opinion because you're caving to peer pressure is a bad thing. I think that the best state to be in is to try and make the things that are your opinions on things, like, making your opinions on things as factually based as possible, I think is important. But let's be real here, like, that's not how opinions work, right? There's an emotional component to things that you can't really get over, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say, fundamentally, is be willing to change your mind on things if you realize you're wrong. I'm feeling like an ancient. Damn. Are you the Protector Ancient? If you are, I'm killing whoever invented you. Exponential or added, what's the best way to mod for gay? You have to equip Primed Bane of Straits. That's the best way to optimize it. My own delusions? Yeah, look, alright, the best way to form an opinion, okay? Here's how you know you're right. It came to you in a ayahuasca-induced vision. If you entered the spiritual plane, if you astral projected, and that was how you received a piece of information, it is entirely infallible. Do not let anyone tell you different. Trust me. Look, if you eat the entire container of weed gummies and your dog tells you to eat your car keys, I believe you. Your dog said that. I'm sure. Wait, never mind. A perfect Scooby-Doo laugh. He does things like that sometimes. With no mods and one ability cycle infuriates me. Daggett is a funny Warframe. We'll put it that way. What do I even do? I get so caught up just talking to my chat about stupid shit. I'm surprised my stream hasn't broke yet. I think it might have been an issue with the bitrate not being able to be handled. Car keys are pretty plentiful in vitamin C. Fuck doing my own research. I'ma just start believing people. I believe you, Alpha 1. Sentient invasions when? I wish Narmer and sentient invasions were a thing, but that's a pipe dream that will not happen. Void Cascade? That requires me to try. You know what? Is Quedza Drake here? We should do the sortie.
Ayo.
Why is this a mobile defense on the boss note?
What?
Whatever. Whatever fits the... Alright. Actually, this is true. Remember, your opinion doesn't... Like, ultimately, you have to commit to the bid at all costs. My political opinions depend on who I'm trolling.
Do I have base damage on this fucking... Oh, because I have double tap, that's bonus damage.
For short, embarrassing story. I mean, feel free to tell it if you want, I guess. But if you don't want to broadcast it to 200 people, I mean, fair enough. Who are you trolling? At this point, mostly myself. It might be on track. Look, all I know is that this year, women are going to start fucking more robots than men. So I'm sorry, if you don't have a girlfriend already, you're fucked. And if you... Well, you're not fucked. That's besides the point. If you don't have a girlfriend already, you're not getting any of that. You're not getting any head, basically. And if you already have a girlfriend, there is a chance that ChatGPT might take that from you too. So you're going to lose your job to robots. You're going to lose your wife to robots. You're going to lose everything to robots. I don't know how to tell you this, but in the next 10 years, life will be like the movie Robots. Big Weld will be real by 2030.
This is a mobile defense mission.
If you're reviewing every single mod, Sav said he would do a tier list once the Exalted Weapons series was done. Choose men? Exactly. That's how you get around it. Like, women will be having more sex with robots by 2025, but you know who men will be having more sex with? Other men.
And yeah. And there'll be more men because they're not having sex with women.
Well, that's certainly an interesting story, Parent Angel. I'm already half set. You know, actually, that's a good workaround. What if you just... Wait, that's a good idea. What if you just make yourself a robot? Okay, chat, unethical strategy to getting women in 2025. You have to become a cyborg. All I'm saying is, what limb could you most live without? Replace it with a robot part and you should be golden. Eximus Stronghold. Did you just throw out gas ammo packs? Are you tweaking?
It's working.
Is it?
Yeah.
Going to do that? Trust me. Tux, why'd you remind me?
Huh?
Alad predicted all amalgams are on the way. Oh, yes, exactly. That's how you get women in 2025, is you have to become an amalgam.
It's...
Presumably the more robot, the better. Amalgams? God damn it. I should have seen that.
That's a good one.
Fox Solaris get hella bitches? Yeah, exactly. Ow. Getting knocked on my ass. The old Nova passive is gone. It doesn't even knock down anymore.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
I think my left arm shouldn't exist. Oh, what is that? That's really interesting. What is that called? Is it like... Isn't there a... What is it? I know of what I think it's called alien hand syndrome, but I don't know if what you're describing is the same thing. That's very interesting, though. I mean, obviously, I'm sorry that you struggle with a condition like that. I imagine that fucking sucks, but it's interesting that that kind of thing can even happen. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Can I get cat ears? I mean, probably.
There is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
Are we invisible or something? Phantom pain, I think, has to do with losing a limb, not like your body feeling like a limb shouldn't exist.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a lot.
Most cunning founder, with my life I
Did you even
protect
say our name? As in, like, your
sacred
specific
ground.
username? Or as in, like... I'm losing... Maybe it's a Metal Gear reference. I think I'm actually just losing my fucking mind. I'm taking things literally. I'm sorry, I'm a total fucking poser. I haven't played Metal Gear before. You can't... I'm just gonna assume this is a reference unless I'm told otherwise.
What, the Phantom Pain syndrome, or?
Was Nitro just meowing? He does this very regularly. Yeah, he just does that.
I thought it's going Robin like.
Carries Granum crowns. He did nothing to us. I'll be honest with you, I don't feel bad for the treasurer because he's fucking annoying. That's reason enough to die. My same philosophy applies to children. They annoy me, so they deserve to die. I cannot pick... Oh, right, duh, I have a battery weapons can't pick up ammo packs. Why can't my Cyclone pick this up? That's just not how it works. Wait, are you throwing down corrosive in a Corpus mission?
I hit random.
And you threw down two corrosives.
I hit random and it threw down 2 and I only tapped it once, though.
Well, you'll still throw down 2 ammo boxes, but they're supposed to be different elements, mostly.
Wait, I just fucking rolled double corrosive, Lamau.
Catboy Warframe when? I'm pretty sure that's just Valkyrie, but I guess, like, she's a
Stay
girl.
focused. There's
Yeah.
Double Eximus spawn rate? Thank you, AK Dreamer. You give me money as a member. I don't know why you think I need any more, but I appreciate it regardless.
terminal spotted.
You already have Wolf Girl.
And prepare
There-
to defend.
Do we have any, like, male Warframes that are furries? I guess Oberon, considering he's a deer.
Yeah.
Corrosive and Corpus? Yeah, that is rock bottom. Never gamble, children. I don't know why Nitro's not just picking Magnetic and having an easy time, but I respect the gambling mindset.
Because I have neural.
Chroma? Actually, yeah, I guess Chroma, kinda. That's true. Dude, the amount of Eximus enemies, because of this being an Eximus stronghold, is obnoxious as shit. We might actually lose because I didn't bring a traditional defense Warframe. Nitro, where the hell are you?
I got lost. The fucking marker was fucked.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
I'm fighting for my fucking life over here.
I'm calling the guys over. Hang on.
Arthur is a furry? What? Oh, that's your Eximus. I gotta lock in. Literally has a persona. That's true. Spawn an Eximus nullifier on top of him. Nightmare.
The odds were
Amir has a
That's
paw
fucking
watch
hit.
on.
That's fucking mean.
I'm pretty sure Amir also does bark and meow on occasion, so Amir is also probably a furry, actually.
He does what?
Yeah, he can refer to you as his void kitten, and he also apparently can bark when you walk up to him.
Huh.
It's not getting the purple Archon shard effect. I believe it is bugged with certain bonuses like that. I do know for sure that Precision Intensify doesn't work. As for purple shards, I'm not 100% sure. Of course, he's a furry. That's true. He's a Discord mod? He might be. He's 40 24/7. I can see that.
I propose we fund a project to give dolphins bionic legs. This will cost billions and benefit no one.
Let's fucking go. Well, if we give the dolphins bionic legs, then they'll be more attractive to women than men. Because they're more robot. Talk about wearing a leash. Grim. Amira's a puppy girl? I like you referring to the dolphins as the rape fish. That's so visceral. What the fuck? Helminth VTuber win? That would be hilarious. To teach them. What the fuck are you talking about, Gamble? Do you have this study on hand? Roxel would Warframe for the neck down? Who knows? Yeah, I'm aware of the thing with dolphins.
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is a riot!
Actually, would Sight's ammo boxes affect, like, Incarnon as well, or?
In the Incarnon form? No.
Damn.
I was there. I was getting footies on the daily. What the fuck? Nitro, are you gonna start the mission or not?
What do you mean? I don't have anything. There's nothing queued.
Yep. You need to equip a shotgun, so there's that. But yeah, sortie.
Did not realize that. Okay.
Because why would they? The fact that they can't apply to heavy weapons sucks, honestly. This chat needs to be sedated, including... Sedated is not enough. The word you're looking for is euthanized.
Put down like a dog.
God, I need to be put down like a dog. Dude, I will forever cherish that message. Pod job, please, is the funniest friend request I have ever gotten, and it's not even fucking close. I'm just fucking starting it.
Yeah, sure. I was about to ready up right now.
Or the Shakur. I have a nice ribbon for the... I actually personally really like Shakur. I recommend it. Comb is good too, though. Will white women like me more? Well, you'll be dead, so presumably no, but... If you stand on the box and use op unless they fixed it, if that still works, that's definitely not going to stay in the game as soon as they find out.
There is a prisoner here that is vital to our operations. Search for the holding location.
Alright, we're pulling up to the function. I don't have escape velocity on anymore. That was a complete waste of my time.
Stay focused.
For the funny, I think Ogress is a solid weapon, but I don't use it that often personally. Okay, sorry, I'm checking something real quick here. The stream is still functioning, correct? I think it is. I think I could probably up my bitrate a bit. I set it to 10K. I might be able to up it to 12, but...
Rescue the hostage before it finishes.
72 ribbons in a row. Honestly, I'm just doing this for the fuck of it. I don't personally want any of the rewards, but I see where you're coming from. Ow.
I'm back.
Friendship door. What? Bite, what the fuck are you talking about? Why does my chat always get like this? Is Robin Hood still here? Normally she's the one that starts this shit.
Oh, it's talking about fucking like impreg again or some shit?
No, but don't say that. You'll get them talking about it again.
Whoops.
Steel Path stories or something. I mean, honestly, I think that'd be fun. I'm a proponent for Steel Path arbitrations. Maybe the devs freak surpassed us.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Also, Vermilion, I do know what you're talking about, yes. What the fuck? Just push the damn button.
The hostage is almost out of time. Hurry. Bypass complete. You may proceed.
Auto breach, my
I
beloved.
got 10 rounds in this fucking one.
Yeah, I actually agree. You can get more endo from hex bounties than from a sortie, which I think is stupid. They just need to, like... Okay. I have a thing I want to talk about for everyone real quick. Idea time. DE, in my opinion, take all of the mods that drop, like all the non-endo or Iatan sculpture things. I guess Vitus Essence can stay, but take all the mods and ephemeras and shit out of the arbitration pool, put them in the shop, and then also let you buy all of the different Iatans from the shop, and make the reward rotations purely Iatans, Endo, and Vitus. So it's just entirely a like a source for that. You know, primarily an Endo gathering method, and then all the other stuff that you can get should be for Vitus so that you're not subject to randomness and stupid reward rotations. Take the Anasa, put it in arbitrations, and then change the sortie rewards to be 10,000 on a bronze and 20,000 Endo on a silver. I think that would be much, much better. Was the last mission? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, enemy elemental enhancement, Ambulus. Oh boy.
So what do I bring for this?
I don't know. Stuff. I'll say this. I disagree with the idea of doing it by MR level, because that's just like a make the rich richer kind of scenario. Like, I feel like if you're already like a high MR, you don't need those resources. Not like a lower MR player does, at least. So that's part of why I also don't really like the way that they scale the fucking syndicate rewards as well. We're going to spend 5 years before Nitro picks something, so
What do you mean?
What, the mission is queued.
No, it's not.
I'm fucking starting it. I'm not waiting.
I don't. Okay,
I'm guessing
sure.
this lobby is just bugged at this point, so we're just Nitro's opinion no longer counts.
Yeah, what the fuck?
His eyes are closed and he's too dumb to realize it.
I like that because like it don't matter if my eyes are closed or not because I'm fucking what?
After New War is cursed as hell. I'm gonna be honest, I disagree. I think that New War being, or that like Steel Path being after you've done the regular game is a good thing. Because fresh out of the New War, or before the New War, most people are not ready for Steel Path. I think that it should be after the rest of the game, personally. Also, welcome, Blueprint. We're doing the sortie. Is not right. I do agree with that. Teshin, in my opinion, should come back in Relays as his Duviri incarnation after you complete Duviri. Like, maybe you would have to move Duviri to being post-New War for that to work, or make it so, like, only after the New War does he do that. But he shouldn't be a hologram forever. Enemy elemental enhancement. I'm pulling up with the Cypher on. I'm sick and twisted like that. For SP, yeah. I think that SP, like, I agree that it's kind of fucked up with Teshin, but from a gameplay perspective, I think it should be after everything else. Be post-New War to begin with. I don't personally think it should be post-New War. Post-Second Dream, honestly, yes, definitely. Post-New War, though, I don't really think so. I think it should be closer to the New War, for sure. I would say, like, probably after the Cinematic Trio, maybe? Definitely after Second Dream and maybe War Within, but...
On the contrary,
He still did it. There was still stuff like, New War doesn't necessarily give you access. There was still stuff that made Steel Path doable before the New War. Like, I don't know. It's not like the quest gives you an item that makes it doable. I just think that, like, that's too early in the game, in my opinion, to do it. Do not play Steel Path. Yeah, step 1 of playing Steel Path, do not play Warframe. Big power jump for new players. That is true. It does help a lot. I love the little retro theme that plays from Operation Ambulance Reborn when you fight this guy. He doesn't really give a shit. He really doesn't care at all. He's taking a concerningly low amount of damage. Would she 179? What the hell is going on here? Hold on, I need to get some. Yeah, because the ship comes and picks it up. We're breaking off his armor bits, but he does not seem to really particularly care.
You're getting single digits, babe.
Dropship with a special delivery. I haven't felt this good since the
This isn't good, babe.
His head is fucking missing. Come on, give me... I need my multiplicative condition overload. Give me that shit. Thank you. There we go. It wants me to revive Sporky. Your stupid fucking MOA is gonna cost us this. Get out of my way. I just can't hack him at all. Okay, there we go.
Wait, Sporky can hack him?
I do not give a shit. He was dead, so...
You can turn him into an ally and then we have to skip the entire mission.
Nitro, do you know how this boss fight works?
No, I haven't played Ambulance before.
We have to hack him so that he gets captured. You do not turn him into an ally for this.
Oh.
Sporky was doing his best. He still died right in front of Ambulance, so I don't care. Overframe moment. I am dealing or using mostly elemental weapons, so it makes sense that I'm dealing so little damage. Attacked in the invis. It actually is a known issue that for clients you can be attacked while invisible. So yes. Have to fucking nail this guy over and over and over until he just finally decides to yield and die. My fucking...
Yo!
My melee is doing much better than my fucking gun. Okay, we'll just rock exec for this then, I guess.
I got 9 more rounds.
I had a dream that was infinitely better than real life. Fair enough, Blueprint. My dreams that are better than real life is when I have no dreams and it's just like a black void like I'm dead. That goes crazy.
Void, Warframe reference?
What do you mean, Okay, where on the monster fucker scale is Ambulance?
He's more like a robot fucker. He's probably like low tier, honestly.
Our dropship response times are second to none, ensuring prompt delivery in mission-critical roles.
Wondering why they're failing. Overframe is, I don't know, a mess in and of itself. Makes me sad. Yeah, honestly, the Kuva melee is kind of underwhelming for a Kuva weapon. It's just kind of a hammer. Low and mid on the scale. And tell me we're wrong. What exactly are you saying? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that exactly? What do you mean I need... I'm not even reading that, actually.
You need, like, pictures of proof or some shit?
No. There's a particular chat message that says, I need A, and then I'm gonna stop reading there.
Oh. I think I kind of get it.
Not even 100% heat is awful. It is kind of weird. There's a lot of stuff like that, though. Is extremely underrated.
I can't fire it, though. Oh,
I actually agree, Blue. I think it's actually a lot of fun.
My way to the top of the board from nothing.
It used to be? When did they change that?
It used to what?
This is about Jack Kusar. I didn't use it a ton back in the day.
Nothing.
This is the part that I imagine is going to be a little bit tricky. Because now we have to hold 2 of them.
Oh.
Really good with that actually would make sense. I know, funnily enough, ceramic dagger is really good with it because it's very puncture heavy. As if that weapon needed any more reasons to be, like, used. It's already the best stat stick in the game, in most people's opinions, and, like, fairly enough. Okay, we just have to wait this out. Look at how cakes they are with the armor. What the... You people are... This chat is irredeemable.
I mean...
Look,
I'm gonna be honest,
I'm not... Nitro, shut the fuck up. Look, all I'm saying is, I'm not a religious man, but you all do need some kind of divine intervention. Before the next inflation crisis hits? True. What is the man in the wall on the scale? That's a good question, actually. So, yeah, that's what I mean, Blueprint. Like, the addition of that arcane just made an already very meta weapon even better. You need some religious? Allow me to introduce myself. Tux is gonna try and convert everyone. You think God can save this cool kid? No, I don't, Liam. I really don't think he can. If anything, this is the type of shit that God used to, like, call down righteous fire on people for. Are they dropping another... Oh, no, they're picking up the existing ones. I was like, what? Are they dropping another Ambulus? This fucking boss fight takes so long. When talking about Ambulus. Someone said buy Falco ribbons before inflation hits. That's what I was reading.
They will not win. They've not earned it. I know this for certain, Frode. You've earned this. I'm sorry, Animal.
A second Ambulus has hit the... Guys, a second drop ship has hit the Corpus Pillar. Or, sorry, that's an obelisk, I think. Look, there it goes. There it goes, guys. They're gonna hit it. They're gonna hit it. Corpus 911. This is taking a while. I like how Glass like execute the protocol. No, 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 no! Oh, the humanity. Oh my god. No. Well, that was tragic. Turn on the TV, any channel, they hit the fucking obelisk. Rifle ribbon, I do not give a shit. Where were you when Frodbeck fucking died? Any protest from a pro content creator? I'm gonna be honest, I'm trying to figure out why mine has been having issues lately, so I'm gonna say probably not because I'm a fucking idiot and don't know how this software works. I don't know. My bitrate is normally at like 12K. That's all I can say about the matter. I tried to make it higher and it broke. Jet fuel can't melt a Corpus. All I'm saying, guys, is heat damage cannot melt an obelisk beam. It cannot melt the steel beams of a Corpus obelisk.
90% of the ship, not the entire beam.
Dudes be like, heat damage can't melt an obelisk. Brother, heat inherit. Are the Orkan considered Nazis in Warframe lore? I mean, probably not. They're like an oligarchy, sure, but like, I don't think they're necessarily Nazis. What do you think the Tempestari missile is? Exactly. Hexanon cannot melt ferrite beams. Galvanized square steel in our melee weapons. You have to borrow expansion screws from your aunt. I think we'll go for a little longer, and then I'll end the stream here. It's been about 2.5 hours.
Operator, the system needs you.
Let's queue it up.
Begin another mission.
And the next one is called Orokid. I think it's the Omnia, I think, is what Amir calls them. He said he took the Omnia job because he worked at the reactor. Neff staged the attack. Galvanized Fury. When they drop in Galvanized Furry. At least a little physical. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's been so long. The ORO. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
ORO.
I slept 9 hours instead of 10. Whack as fuck. I do have to work tomorrow. The unfortunate reality of being a fucking wagey.
Same.
Like I said, the ultimate cool kid dream would be to work on Warframe, not just make videos about it. But I don't think that'll ever happen, so off to the wage cage I go, I suppose. I also feel like if DE looked at my aren't you working right now? I don't do YouTube like as a job, no.
If only, man.
But like I feel like if DE was like, "Oh, you want to apply, let's just look at your social media," and they find my channel, and then they look at my videos and they're like, "Wow, your opinions are dumb." Or they look at my streams and it's like, "Why do you talk about beating your wife so much?" To which I reply, "He's into it." This kind of pissed me off. I didn't reply to this comment, but someone said that, like, the joke, like, When I made the joke in the DR video about, like, don't worry, my wife Male is into it, someone left a comment where it's like, ah, yes, it's funny because males are undeserving of sympathy. And I'm like, that is literally not the joke I made. Like, what are you talking about?
No, that is not the case, but I am into it.
I would say the joke is that he's into it as a kink. That's the joke. Where did you extract the I'm sexist part of that from? Never have YouTube as your job. I don't think I would honestly enjoy my relationship with my channel anymore if it was a job. Okay, also, this is a minor detail I want to talk about on this skin. I really like this about this Nova skin. Her left arm has more energy-like stuff on it than the right arm, because she uses her left arm when she casts all of her abilities, which I think is a really cool detail.
Ah.
Wait till they add beating women to Hex dating update? Real. So you just hate cupcakes, huh? Yeah, deadass. Damn, I only watched you because of it? I'm sorry, Zert. I'm making an augment tier list. I probably wouldn't do it personally. I think it's just kind of frivolous. Like, tier lists in general are kind of nebulous to me. Like, the passive tier list I made was purely for fun, and I don't think they should be taken seriously necessarily. But I feel like stuff like an augment tier list is just so much stuff. How do you even, like, get your head around that? 100% jacks off. Yeah, this is the gooning arm. The left arm is the gooning arm. Alright, welcome. You joined at an interesting time, Slasher, because it's about to end, but I do stand by my Excalibur passive opinion. I, personally, if I were to work at Warframe, and I was allowed to have some say in the design, first order of business is I would try and get Excalibur buffed. He's the poster child of the game, and yet I still feel like his 4 and his passive are not great. Is the info they use for the rankings? Yeah, that's a fair opinion. Feel like sleeper hits. I think Corvex's passive is good if you play around it. Only if you have a one-handed pistol equipped. That's kind of strange.
Wait, what?
You can heavy slam attack with glaives, but only if you have a one-handed pistol equipped. I'll have to mess with that at some point. To give me an... Okay, Little Trouble, please never speak again. Turning Varuna male? True. Like, here's what I would do. Personally, if I was able to buff Excalibur, here's the changes I would make. 1, his passive would be changed to work on all melees. His passive would give him, say, like 50% increased damage, 30% increased attack speed, and 1 to 2% melee lifesteal. I think those would not be game-breaking early on, but would be incredibly powerful in the later game. His 1 is fine as is, I think his 2 is fine as is, his 3 is good as is, his 4 has some issues. I would take away the damage fall off on the waves, I would take away the damage, or like the lifetime decay when they hit enemies, and I would buff the crit and status chance to be 25% each instead of 15%. I think I also would change it to be 90% slash instead of 70. I think all of those things would make it a much more competitive weapon in the modern day. Makes sense for how basic she is. I'll be honest with you, Zert, I don't think Trinity should be a starter because she's so brainless. Like, Trinity's playstyle is too boring to, I think people would lose interest in the game. As a passive, that could be cool. I guess we'll have to see in that regard with Valkyr. But I'd also honestly want to make some changes to Atlas if I ever got the chance. Mostly I would want to change Rumblers and his 2. The Wall, I think, has potential to be a cool ability. It just doesn't do it very well. Railjack Kinesis abilities? Actually, I'm not sure. I guess I can look. Oh, no, I want... Yeah, Railjack Tactical menu. Where is... Ability Kinesis list. This is alphabetical, okay? Cyto9 is not on the wiki. God fucking damn it. Okay, everyone, minor side tangent. I'm figuring this out. I'm gonna make you leave my squad purely so that I don't extend the loading times for no reason.
Huh?
Bouncer, why would you say that, Vermilion? Even with armor strip? Yeah, the Rumblers aren't great. It wasn't the patch notes. It probably was, but I feel like it'll be easier to just go to free flight to check this real quick. I think it's as 1. That would make sense. I personally, yeah, I've always been of the opinion, I think Oberon deserves a rework. Not like a huge rework, but like a Nova level rework, right? Or a Trinity level rework. And then I think he should become the 4th starter. I think if they buffed Oberon to be like the support damage hybrid that he should be. Oh, it's his ammo kits. Does it just give you 2? Does it give you like a random? Oh yeah, it gives you random ones, it looks like. Huh, that's interesting.
Cool. That's actually kind of useful because, like, oh, hey, I need ammo. I'll just fucking
you can just be like, womp. Oh, wait,
actually, does this mean we can,
wait, is this consistent? Hold on, the fuck? Okay, no, it's not. I just somehow got cold and magnetic twice in a row. Like, pick cold and then use it? I guess I could, actually. Oh, yeah, that's actually, huh. So it's, wait, did that just, hold on, did that just spit out a heat? Wait a second. Okay, it doesn't seem to matter. It shows the cold icon, but it still spits out random ones. Can sight shoot targets outside the railjack? I don't believe so. I tried that with Zenith back in the past, and multi-shot, or punch through doesn't seem to work. And I'm exhausted. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Where you are, basically. It's like you're basically piloting the skybox.
Okay, we'll probably end the stream here before long. Yeah, the ammo pack's kind of cool, though. But I think that my hope is that they give Oberon a decent touch-up like Nova and Nyx and Trinity got. And then I think that if we were to get a 4th starter, it should be him, because we are lacking a support. At least one time. I already had to cast it to pick cold. When you pick an element, you automatically throw it out. Going by weapon categories. It's by category and by release date. So Sight will not necessarily be the last, but he'll be close to the last. Because after the mainframes, I'm going to do Garuda, and then Archabex and Iron Bride will kind of be after it. And then we'll get into Pseudo-Exalteds. Is not in the Railjack? Yeah, I know. I read an interesting article about how that works. Everyone bullies me for a 100 form of Ureli Prime. Yeah, Ureli, like, it should be Lavos. I will lose my shit if the next Prime is not Lavos. I will lose my mind. But Ureli Prime will then be on the horizon. Partly because Shield Restore, yeah. Mag is, like, Mag and Volt, they occupy, like, similar roles on paper, but are very different. Have you tried Infinite Bleed Out Oberon? That seems really, like, a weird strategy. But yeah, I think Oberon would be a great starter. I mean, he would have access to things like status immunity, armor removal, healing. I think stuff like that would make him a very valuable 4th starter. I hope it's Ureli for the memes. I would lose my shit. I would pull up on stream, and I would just take my own life. I can't make that joke. Anyways. One involved turning into a pauper? That sounds psychotic. I'll have to watch that, or, like, read a synopsis, maybe, of that interview at some point. The whole fragmented one and bleed out? That's fucked. To Railjack, yeah. In my opinion, Ash and Oberon need to get taken out of Railjack and just put in Clan Tech. Just get them out of there. Most likely give him a Lunar New Year skin. I do hope he gets a Lunar New Year skin. What is a pauper? It's the little creatures on the Valis. The little rat things on the Valis. For Ureli Prime before Lavos Prime somehow. Yeah, that shit was sad. It seemed like how mad people got about the Ureli cosplayer winning was rough. I think she deserved it. Both her and Voidrig were really good, but her cosplay really had, like, the character to it. And I think that she did a very good job. I don't know, it was sad to see people get so, like, bent out of shape over her winning. Void rigged, true. She played the character, that's cosplay. You know what? Yeah, unironically, yeah. We're just drifting on this guy's thing. I'm just gonna leave the rabbit behind. Watch this. Oh, wait, does it actually follow you now? It used to be that if you did an emote like this, it would just leave it. Hold on. What about the pizza? Nope, it does. The pizza! No! I dropped my fucking pizza, guys. I dropped the pizza. The customer's not gonna tip me now. No! No! Not the pizza! Bring it back! The pizza. This is me leaving the pizza in the past. This is very emotional storytelling of me moving on from the pizza. Ayo, the pizza there. Deadass. This is the easiest loadout for one hand. What the fuck do you mean? Steel Path Super Boss on my iPhone 11. That's psychotic. I don't even know where to start with that. Also, why one hand are you jacking off to the fragmented one? You would get arrested on the spot? I imagine as much. All right, we're going to have to go back around for a pickup. Also a metaphor for life, yeah. No matter what I do, I always return to the cheats. For the main blueprint, day form, night form, government mandated lobotomy. Equinox requiring, what is it, fucking...
6 pieces?
I think it's 8, because you have to... No, well, 9 if you count the main blueprint. Alright, the pizza, the pizza. We're coming back around, baby. We're coming back around. There it is! Hell yeah.
Where does the fragmented one hand land on the monster fucker list?
Honestly, I definitely think you could probably put the Murmur on the monster fucker list. 2 whole-ass frames. She's too, like... I don't think that she's 2 separate frames, necessarily, but even if we're gonna go with that argument, Sevagoth is 2 frames, and you don't need to craft 2 different fucking things for him.
We go by there then because we are literally half of 2...
This is like watching the DVD screensaver? Yeah, basically. I lost my pizza. That's what you came back to. It's all the way over there. I lost my pizza. You know, whenever I do stuff with the Railjack, I always wonder if people will get the reference with the name. Some people actually have, which surprises me, but you can mod him separately. I mean, yeah, but, like, you don't build a separate... Like, it's not like Equinox where you have to get the day and night form and craft them separately and then, like, put them together. I feel like Sevagoth being 2 different frames is honestly, like, better executed by Sevagoth.
Because the second half finds us, we don't need to build it.
We put him in the coffin and blow him up. That's what happens at the end of Tempestari.
The Shadow's just been, like, sitting there out of view. Like,
the whole point of the quest is reuniting the Shadow with Sevagoth, because the Shadow is literally Sevagoth's ghost. That's the plot of the quest.
Except Shadow's just his jacket. It just does that.
Pizza.
My project is the
we blow him? Yes, yes. We blow Sevagoth's Shadow. He doesn't even have a lower half. Where's his dick, Great? Where's his dick? What are you talking about? He tanked that? He shield gated it, guys. Don't worry, he shield gated it. He shield gated it. What decoration should I give to him? Give him an Argon Crystal decoration.
Probably one of the Ember body pillow things.
What decoration looks most phallic? Yeah, probably the Argon Crystal.
Does that make him gay if the Shadow is a stand? Wait a minute. No, there wasn't even a text limit other than the Switch's built-in limit of 500 for the Railjack? What?
Damn.
That's based.
The one Iodane sculpture. Yeah, I guess so. Whoever asked, I will leave the Railjack name a mystery until someone successfully points it out.
Is a butt plug.
Yeah, you can't gift that is the problem. Also, I know about the Liger Rule 34 pictures. I talk about that in the iceberg, actually. From that one anime? What is that one anime? That's very... The pizza! We're going back around for the pizza. We're going back around for the pizza. I can't read it. The name of my Railjack is the Dandy Cadet. Only a few people over time have gotten this reference. It's like a recurring thing whenever I'm in here. No, some on Steel Path missions. Honestly, you can just, like, With his 2-in-1 augments, he can just play the game for you.
Space Andy, good show. Not the reference though.
Just circling the dry dock, not actually doing anything. He's pizza delivery. That's what he's for. We're delivering the pizza. The pizza He-Man. That's our objective. I remember using Sevagoth for farming Gauss. Ah, yes. Gus. Gobbling on nuts right now. I love pistachios. Is pistachios the name of your boyfriend? Like John Prodman? I guess it's not currently in the cards, but I might do something like that at some point. It just says you're a furry. Real.
Star Fox fan for you. Thing.
You expected to get a Coda Bubonico? That would be insane. I don't think that's ever happening. On Google for that name? Yeah, see, that's why it's a good reference. The pizza! The pizza!
I want to prod John, man.
Grim. The upcoming framed Sevagoth. Let's fucking go. You know what? Before we go, because I don't think I'm going to go for that much longer. I know I said that like half an hour ago, but before we go, just so that I am ahead of the curve. Here, Liam. I'm pretty sure you're still here. I think I just saw you, so... There you are. There you are. You can have your Chevenant. For Echoes of the New War? Yeah, guys, Echoes of War is about... They're gonna make the New War replayable, guys.
Unironically, I would love that.
The New War is replayable, you dumb...
I thought you... I missed the first part. They're gonna make the war playable, is what I heard.
Oh no, I said they're gonna make the New War replayable.
I wanted to fight the actual war. I didn't want to do what we did with West, guys.
Nitro, it's been almost 4 years.
What do you mean? It's the New War is like the first that came out like last year, right?
I guess it's just over 3 years old now. You the people's orbiter decoration? I don't think I'm qualified for that. Doesn't do him justice. Mask of the Revenant is a pretty weak quest.
No, I don't have to mention. I'm just fucking old.
That doesn't. Never mind. They bring back Excalibur Prime. They never will. They've said on multiple occasions they can't because of Canadian exclusivity laws. They promised to use a founder exclusive. They can't bring him back.
Operator,
when it's called the New War, that's true.
Did they adapt?
Sparkle Dog Varuna Amir emote? Okay, I guess. A very specific request.
The Giant Deco is still broken. You can't get rid of it.
I pay this kid too much. Thank you, the Goober. I appreciate it. You do, though. I agree with that much. What, we want Varuna just to get down on the ground like that? All my homies hate Justin Trudeau. Holy shit, Blueprint's getting political.
Well, thankfully he's gone now, so, you know.
The New War is 12 years old. Let that sink in.
Jesus
Real.
Christ.
Just read them to Arthur Prime. Called June Kazuma. That's the, it's a Tekken thing. That's, Jin's mother. And a part of the Tekken storyline is, like, the devil gene on Kazuya's side and the angel gene from her side. So that's where the reference comes from, because she's
unfortunately,
a mom and an angel.
Unfortunately, it's been over 10 years. It doesn't really hold up considering they did that shit again with the heirloom skins.
Yeah, the heirloom thing was fucking stupid. I don't know how they could have walked into that blunder again.
I gave the Excalibur Zato animations to Jade.
Smoking while pregnant. Oh no.
Let that sink out.
Well, yeah, I guess we can probably... It's just after 1:30. I can probably call it here. It won't affect my child. Smoking opium.
Animations, man, like they make me uncomfortable to a degree.
We need an alcoholic frame. That's true. I agree.
I just don't like the fucking pregnant aspect of Jade. Like, why the fuck do we still have a quote unquote, you know?
There's nothing there. It's all just a memory. They should make it so over time, Jade's stomach size just gets smaller like a real person after they give birth to their child. She lost the kid in the foundry. Dude, I accidentally clicked the X next to it and deleted it. Oh, shit. Can you get that back? Oh, no.
Rush built Jade and the thing didn't make it.
Fuck. I failed the C-section minigame and it fucking died.
Stop watching the channel make his wife smoke Warframe.
Face. Why the fuck was that not in the quest? Yeah, I agree. I thought you didn't believe in abortion. I didn't. That's the thing. When I made the I don't believe in abortion joke on the that old stream back in the day, this wasn't an abortion LEU. I fucked up the C-section, but this was a medical malpractice. This wasn't a deliberate abortion, bro. I fucked up big time. I'm gonna lose my license.
We fed Jade to the helmet. Oh no.
Last weapon I need? Yeah, Rat and Vandal is a bitch to get.
Same with Lotto Vandal, I think.
Both of them are very rare drops from ESO, like late rotation rewards especially are a bitch. Jade Deluxe will look like. They're just going to make her like an actual pregnant woman. They're just like a normal pregnant woman. I just remember when fucking Jade was added and someone in my chat was like, it's female M-preg. Like, that's just pregnancy, you fucking ape. What do you mean female M-preg, you fucking blockhead? Was helm to put with my Dex body? I actually agree. I hope that Void Shells come back in the near future. We'll have
oh god.
What the fuck does that mean? She's just a pregnant person? She has no Warframe abilities.
That is her ability, it's pregnancy. Oh, at least Daddy did medical malpractice and now he's being leashed by the US government.
I'm one of the people that like the default Wisp head. That's the Dr. Eggman helmet? That's surprising.
Just gonna have a plane around whenever you do parkour.
Implanting some girl pussy? What the fuck?
You mean male tomboy?
Give up their seat on public transport? Real and true. Before all the ballast shit? Well, yeah, Jade before the ballast shit would just be a normal person. The Ghost Freak helmet? Nah, the default Wisp helm, I'm sorry. Like, Wisp Prime's helm, I think looks cool, right? Wisp Prime's helm, that's fine. Let me find it. Do I have... No, that was... This... Okay. We just have a bunch of shit going on here. This is just... Okay, whatever. Wisp Prime's helmet, this is fine. This is Dr. Eggman. You can't tell me otherwise. This is bald-ass fucking Wisp. Look at this. Bald-ass fucking Wisp. Bald-ass fucking Wisp.
What head and what parts does the Moa have, Guy?
I'm sorry. You know what? This will be our certified lurker moment before we go. If you've just been lurking in chat, you haven't been saying much, just hanging out, go ahead and just type bald in the chat. Just to let me know that you're okay and that you're alive. If we can get some balds before we go, I'd really appreciate it. This is, yeah, bald-ass fucking Wisp. Bald-ass fucking Wisp, for real. Look, we have all these other cool skins. Like, this one goes fucking crazy. Dude, Wisp has so many good skins. This one goes crazy. This one goes crazy. I like my Wisp fashion, but damn, dude. There's so many good skins for this Warframe.
Yeah, we know why.
I especially like Coven and, yeah, this one, Revu? I don't know how I'd say this. Especially the energy effect on the hands. But, yeah, bald. Coven skin is peak, I agree. This look is actually another one that I adapted from Purple Flurp. I changed a fair bit about it, but the combination of
before you go, invite me to your orbit. I want to try that thing.
Oh, okay. But the combination of the head and body was a Purple Flurp thing that I stole. Do not turn Wisp around. Yeah, we're not able to. People love submitting. I don't think she's actually gotten one in a little while, though.
Invite to Orbiter.
I have to invite you because it's only the host can do it. Try that thing. You'll see. You'll see.
If it works,
Still not by Tenno. Yes, you. Okay, so let me explain that real quick. The Tenno-Gen with Plat thing is like that. The fact that you can't do it on PC is because when you buy a Tenno-Gen item, an artist gets a cut of that, like directly. On console, to port the skin to console, they pay them a flat cut. So, like, or they pay them a flat fee. So, like, on PC, you use real money because they get a percentage commission. On console, they sell them for platinum because they already paid the artist when they ported the skin to the platform. That's why it works that way. What helm would give the best paw job? What the fuck? I'm not even entertaining this question. Go to hell. That's a little harsh. I'm sorry. Nitro, where the fuck are you?
I'm loading.
God damn it.
I know. It's just an orbiter. Why is it taking so long, though?
Controller. I personally find myself to be much, much better at playing the game on mouse and keyboard, but I'm also much more comfortable with it as a control scheme.
I'm in.
Greetings. I'm guessing it's not doing anything.
Pushing your button.
Huh?
Push your button.
I mean, yeah, of course that'll work, dummy.
I can't push 5 and it won't do anything for me.
Damn. For those who don't know, there was apparently a bug where you could hit 5 to force the host into their operator, even if they didn't have them unlocked yet.
I thought it was... Anyway, yeah.
I think it looks good. Yeah, fair enough. Laptop's having a stroke. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, farewell. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here for real this time. But if I go for 6 more minutes, we could hit 3 hours. You know what? Fuck it. We'll go for a little bit longer to hit the 3-hour mark, because then it's funnier that way.
We knew before my friends that it was an accident. It might be like a fucking...
Grim?
Like fucking player-specific thing, or like a fucking, console play, something like that.
Abuse incoming, cover your eyes. That's true. Let's go visit Nitro in his natural habitat real quick. Or transfers until death. I've been encountering that lately, and I don't know what causes it. What have I joined to? Hold on. Where is it under research labs? It is.
Well, I mean, Dear Coded, that's obviously Oberon, but Dear Girl,
Look, this is Nitro's home. He lives here in Daggett's
yeah.
Hollow. It just says customize Keith. I can't even change his name here. That's very cringe. Oh yeah, I can see it though. Boy Toy Twink Horseway. Can I just like spin my Keith around and then leave him that way? I can't, damn. His water has fucking leaves in it. Who's running this operation? What the fuck? What is this? What?
Somebody
There's just
called soup.
Is this where we like? What? Okay. Is anyone here a horse girl? What is this for? What is this fucking stone thing for?
That actually might be like a fucking shoe filing thing.
It will never be the case. Yeah, honestly, rough shit.
That or just one of the lights fell off the ceiling.
The milking station? What the hell? Nitrous lives in the scary room. That's your boyfriend? Give him new water? I can't.
Why not?
I can't. It won't let me. Every time I replace it, the leaves just come back.
We'll just take out the leaves.
They just keep coming back. I don't know what to do.
Take off the leaves.
The leaves keep coming back.
I see the leaves falling down. Fix the roof.
It's soup. It's cold brew tea. Tea for the horse. Yeah, I'm just throwing the raw tea leaves in there.
Yeah, I need this. Like, this isn't tea. You need heat. I need to make a fucking
horse
tier list. Honestly,
when I order, if you're on the Discord, feel free to send it to me. I am in the soup. Greetings.
Leaves like okay. Leaves like croutons and soup. Shit, you know I'm fine with this now.
My Kate's Chernobyl? Why Chernobyl? Nitro eating you out on stream. What the hell? He's the drink? Yeah, a beverage of sorts. Nova Umbral kept asking me to put a reference to that meme in a video. I don't even know how I'd work it in, though.
The other one
Games doesn't tell you. That's just the nature of Warframe and old things in general. Newer ones aren't as bad about it. Like Cyto 9's Exalted explains most of how it works just up front, but a lot of the old ones, yeah, are pretty bad about that. My cat keeps trying to get in the soup as well. Big Floppa 2 wants in the soup. Look at him go. I think my cate's name is Cher? That's abusive, god damn. Need more Kaith content. What happened to Big Floppa 1? We don't talk about Big Floppa 1.
The joke was that we were gonna keep making Big Floppas until one came out with like the fucking caracal ears, but he got it on the second try, so.
Oh. That is an interesting orbiter decoration. I don't think I could show this on stream, but
Send me at least then.
Here, I will pass it on to you at the very least, sure. Came with 2 retro weapons. They did say that they're going to do more. I really want another pump action or like lever action shotgun. A live reaction? Yeah, it's live reactive storm. Fucking hell.
This is my grave.
Man, this is where Nitro fucking died. Also, I'm sorry, yeah, Big Floppa 1 was sunset after the release of Beyond Light. Did I send your skin back? I think so. If not, this has been someone else's, and I really fucked up if it's not mine.
Wait, what? 2 out of 4 working players are bronies. There are a surprising amount of fucking MLP. What's it names and shit.
Warframe's player base has a weird amount of 3 things: bronies, furries, and LGBT people. Which obviously there's a lot of overlap, but like I don't really know why it's like that. It just kind of is. Also, my dojo is shit. Trust me, you don't want to see more of it. Oh, do you mean the orbiter images? I mean, you could post it in Fashion Frame. You just might want to spoiler it.
Yeah, if you want to see this, you know, Ember thing, it's gonna be in a channel. And, yeah.
This is what you are. I honestly wonder how many people like interpret or like resonate with the operator scene, but like from like a queer perspective, I guess. I've never actually thought about it that way. I interpret the events of Warframe's story fairly literally. I'll put it that way, I guess. I'm not a gay or a brony. I'm scared I'm a furry. Okay, all I'm gonna say is, like, okay, here, Little Trouble. Let me ask you something. How do you feel about this? When you see Varuna, what do you feel? Is that a boot? I'm just Italian. That's the secret. That's the sinister 4th thing. What do you feel when you see Varuna? Oh god. Oh no. The chat is starting to chime in with opinions. We're finding the other furries. I feel free. Oh, Wooga? Okay, yep, so you are a furry, Little Trouble. I'm sorry. You're fucked. It's over, dude.
I should be put down like a dog.
I need to be put down like a dog. And Drifter trans by accident. I do think it's hilarious that, like, the new war cutscene where the operator meets the Drifter is so much funnier if they're, like, if they have different gendered voices. Because it's like that meme of the, like, where are you from the future? And then one is the opposite gender. I think that conversation is way funnier if you do it that way.
It's also just like, it's like, hey, Nacho, why the fuck does your character have tits? Like, what the fuck? No, it don't. It's just like, I check my fucking face blend, and it's just like,
oh no. I used the wrong face blend.
Because they don't fucking say male face or whatever. So I was like, oh, this looks male enough, mesh. And apparently, at some point, That slider gave me tits.
I mean, fortunately now the Bishamo armor you can pick separately for like the male and female versions, so
Wait, there's
wrong
armor?
button. Let us see Wally. Fine. I keep saying I'm gonna end the stream and then it keeps getting dragged out because I'm stupid. We'll see Wally and then we're gonna end it for real because it's almost 2 in the morning. Void transition goes crazy. Yeah, dude, Duviri just the story of the Drifter. Duviri made me trans.
What if your Drifter was just a completely different race?
Lots of shit changed in Duviri, bro. You got no idea what happened there. Your Drifter's just like a fucking dog. It's like, what the hell happened, bro? Duviri is awoke.
Conceptually bodied.
All right, here's Wally. Everyone, say hi to Wally. Here he is. We do have to visit him from time to time. This table still has no collision, and it makes me mad. But that's besides the point. Duviri made me woke. This is woke Acrithis.
Different about you. What is it?
She's not really... Short green artisan pot. Yes. Buy them.
Drew you to that?
I'm investing in short green artisan pot stocks.
You remain
Woke Crithis? Yes,
fascinating.
woke Crithis. Correct.
Goodbye.
It's the Duviri paradox of the Duviri linear consequences. That's true. LGB Thrax. Duviri.
You're talking different.
Talking Void HRT yet. Calls you different. I think the term she's looking for is autistic. And of Conquera decorations. I did buy a lot of them. Yes. Also, minor rant. This lens flare, I hate it. I fucking hate this lens flare. Also, the moon is way too close to the Earth in this, but that's besides the point.
Does Wally sit in the list?
I don't know. Is the indifference homophobic? I would assume he's at the very least indifferent, you know, as is in the news.
Everyone has to be somewhere.
The Zack Snyder screensaver.
That's just some guy's fucking, what's it, like, LED, like, fucking headlights on bright out in the country somewhere.
We chilling on the table.
It just hates love. That's always, it's like an anti-changeling.
It's a Warframe reference. Someone posted this fucking hilarious image where it was like the genius goldfish that sent me back in time to stop the man while watching as I get pounded by a freaky psychic lady. And someone just replied like, I thought this was intentionally incomprehensible. What the fuck is Warframe? It's just, yeah, it's weird too, because people not only depict the Earth as too big from the moon, they depict the moon as too big from Earth as well. It's weird. Games do it constantly, and it bothers me a lot. In Warframe, it kind of makes sense, though, because the Earth, like, we brought the moon back from the void, but this would have been before that happened, so I don't know what's up with this.
It depends on the camera lens.
Yeah, we fucked up the camera lens, guys. My apologies. The moon was terraformed. It was, but it wasn't put in the void yet. I don't really know if we would have decided to just, like... If its orbit decayed this much, I think we would have bigger consequences.
Oh, did the giant rings around the moon move it?
I don't actually know what they're for. Maybe it does. Who fucking knows?
Or some shit, I don't know. Fucking Celestia tech.
The moon could just be closer. I mean, as much as that is true, I still don't give a shit. My meth-making setup. Jesse, we need to cook. I'm smoking crack.
Take the in out of Luna because she, unlike the beta, she is no longer a
She eated it. Alright, it's time for my scrumptious meal. Pizza.
Funny crystals.
My Aleka frame is not working. It's fucking over.
It's...
You guys think I can... Has anyone here seen the dog incident stream clip from back in the day where I had a Kubra with me and all of its animations broke? I think it was in the Captura scene. What the dog doing? The dog, yeah, the dog incident. SP stands for pepperoni pizza. Hold on. Dormizone. I don't know if I can trigger this again. The dog incident was all of my dog's animations breaking, so it would just slide across the floor really fucking fast. It was really funny. Wait, my Sahasa's using dig? On my fucking floor? Get out, bitch. Oh, I can't lock it in the capture a scene. Evelyn's video reminded me, though. That shit is hilarious. Lock yourself out of a house? You can actually do that. He's doing it again! No, bad dog. Bad dog. Stop. 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 I'm doing more damage to the floor than she is, actually. I swear to God. I swear to God. Don't you dare. Don't, no, no! Okay, well, this has gotten out of hand. Anyways, the stream's been live for 3 hours now, so we'll go ahead and cut it off. It's just regular behavior. There is a clip in the Discord called the cat incident as well. She's resisting arrest, that's true. Nice ATF RP, thank you, thank you. Difference is they wouldn't use an AK, they would just use like a fucking rocket launcher when they see a dog. Anyway.
Another National Guard chopper.
I'll go ahead and just call it here. The stream's been going on for longer than I meant it to anyways. But thank you all for stopping by. I hope you've had fun. This stream was mostly just to make sure that my shit was fixed. I think my bitrate was just being weird after I changed the settings on it. But thank you all for stopping by. My hope is to have the Iron Staff video out next week, but we'll see on that, I guess. Next videos should be the Iron Staff, Desert Wind, and Exalted Shadow videos, and then we'll get back to, you know, whatever else. But thank you all for stopping by. Stream VOD playlist is in the description. Discord's in the description. I don't know. Remember, your purpose in life is to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Make sure to dislike this stream, actually, because it fucking sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna go. See ya.